RedTech.pro presents
World Radio Day. UNESCO's World Radio Day 2026. Radio and Artificial Intelligence.
RedTech.pro presents
World Radio Day. UNESCO's World Radio Day 2026. Radio and Artificial Intelligence.
Hello to everyone. Welcome to our World Radio Day 2026 Global Live. We're coming to you from NStories, the podcast and videocast studios of NGroup here in Brussels, Belgium, where we will have the pleasure to have a lot of people working here for the radio station, Energy, and many other stations. We'll present them later on. For the next 3 hours, from 2 to 5, we're opening the studios to radios, organization, creators, and partners from around the world. The concept is simple. Join the studio and tell us how you're celebrating World Radio Day, what you're doing on air with your teams, with your listeners, and how AI is changing your workflows. 2 practical notes before we start. If you're watching, you can comment, and we can also invite you to join the live if you wish, directly from your browser or your mobile phone. You can come and join us and tell us how you celebrate World Radio Day. Use a good microphone if you can, and a camera, but it's optional. You can also come only with audio if you wish. So what is the World Radio Day? World Radio Day is celebrated every year on February 13th. It's a global moment to highlight what radio does best: inform, connect, give a voice to communities, and reach people everywhere, especially in the communities, and reach people everywhere. This year, the theme is radio and artificial intelligence, and we're approaching it with one big principle. AI is a tool, not a voice. It can help radio, but it shouldn't replace what makes radio trusted: humans, editorial judgment, and transparency. And I'm very happy to welcome Mirta Lorenzo, who is leading this World Radio Day at the UNESCO. Hello, Mirta. Welcome to this Global Live.
Hello, Philippe. Hello, all radio lovers and partners.
So, Mirta, tell us about this World Radio Day, which is very famous in the whole world. Hundreds and hundreds of radio stations are celebrating this World Radio Day. How important is radio for UNESCO?
It's very important because it's usually the medium through which people in the world get verified information. It may look from some regions in the world like it's obsolete, but it's absolutely not. Even in developed countries, there's breakfast radio and there's car radio that it's still very popular, and not to talk about evening and night companion that radio broadcasts bring, but also in situations of emergency, in situations of disaster, when there is a need for information that can save lives. It's still very much the medium when electricity fails, when there's obviously no internet connection. And then also in war zones or in zones of armed conflict, let's say, it is still radio that carries the news and the information that people need.
So AI this year, you see, we're in the really beautiful studios of NStories in Brussels. AI is changing a bit the game. That's the main topic for this World Radio Day. How do you see AI today at UNESCO? I know that you're working a lot on that for a long time now. And before you answer, I will maybe play a small video which is very short that you produced with UNESCO let's check this video, which is only 1 minute.
مازال ما غنوصلو وهاد الجي بي اس هذا غيسطيني اليوم فين غيدينا دابا عاوتاني.
You lied to me. I failed my literature test because of you. Why did you give me facts that don't exist?
I'm sorry. Sometimes I make things up by accident. It's called a hallucination.
I just got word from Marcy, and the Slansky v. Tremblay case we built our defense on apparently doesn't exist.
Tu m'as dit qu'il n'y avait rien de grave. Mais c'était une crise cardiaque.
Je comprends, mais je ne suis pas médecin. Il vaut mieux toujours vérifier les informations.
I can't trust you. You make mistakes.
What are we going to do now?
AI make mistakes, Mirta. AI is also has some good sides and some bad sides, and this is the goal with the World Radio Day, and this topic that you chose for UNESCO is to say it's good, but watch out. It's not.
Yes, absolutely. First, let me invite all listeners and viewers to visit UNESCO's website, unesco.org. We have a lot of resources concerning artificial intelligence, and we even have resources specially directed to journalism and the media. So yes, it's what we are saying on this World Radio Day is that AI is useful, it's a useful tool, but that it needs a human supervision, let's say, or a human checkup. And there is a very nice, for example, project that we launched this year together with COPEAM, the Confederation of Broadcasters in the Mediterranean region. And in this project, for example, COPEAM is showing how when they are using artificial intelligence for translation and dubbing in a production of some cultural series that they have, how when they are using it, they have to always attach human expertise. In their case, they are using it to broadcast or to produce content which originally is in Arabic from Arab philosophers. It's a series about Arab philosophers, and so when translating into different languages and dubbing it, there are nuances, there are different expressions and tones that have to be culturally adapted so that the European listeners will be able to appreciate it. So yes, it is a useful tool, but it still needs somebody to take by the hand. You know, it's like a tango. It needs somebody else to be able to dance it.
So we invite all the people. I show the World Radio Day website with the map, the opportunities. You can still register to the different offers. We will have technological enterprises that will come and talk about what they propose. And also we have some sessions. We're going to talk about that and invite some of the people that are making the session. So you have to go on the website, and you have also ideas of how you can use AI for your listeners, but also inside for the radio team, and that's what I'm showing right now on UNESCO website. So please, if you did not register yet, go and register. It's very simple form to answer, and then you will get those offers and a lot of media kit that you could use to celebrate, because Mirta, we're not obliged to celebrate only today. We can celebrate radio for all year round, of course. But it's important to show that you're playing the game. I just wanted to say also one more thing. We are live on RedTech.pro website on the homepage and on lalettre.pro, and we have a live translation on the website. I'm going to show you, thanks to Lino, a technical partner. where you can follow this. It's transcribed by AI, and it's also translated into French or English. So if we talk French, you will have the translation in English, and if we speak English, you will have the translation in French. And it's just going on now on the website of redtech.pro and lalettre.pro. So don't hesitate to go and check on those websites to have the translation, as we are going to switch languages, of course, from English to French. So, Mirta, we are going maybe now to welcome our guests, because we have many people waiting here. We have Malcolm, we have Florent, we have Marvin, we have Mahamoud as well, and we have Ruxandra Obreja that is with us today with a really special project that was put in place from the DRM consortium. Ruxandra, welcome to this Global Live. We're very happy to have you. You have a beautiful background with the tools that UNESCO have been giving to all the radio stations to celebrate this day. Tell us, what did you plan with the DRM consortium? Tell us about that.
First of all, thank you very much to UNESCO, RedTech, and to Mirta and you, Philippe, and everyone who is supporting technically all this. It's a great opportunity, and it's a really celebratory moment for us. As a lover of radio, for me, World Radio Day is even better than Valentine's, which is tomorrow, I think. I believe that radio is not for one day. Radio is forever. And we have always celebrated in the not-for-profit DRM consortium, an international consortium of like-minded broadcasters, manufacturers, institutes, research institutes, etc. We have celebrated, but never on such a scale as this year. We had a good reason to celebrate it differently, and I hope imaginatively. What we have done, we have looked at radio, and especially digital radio, and the standard that we are proposing and rolling out, the Digital Radio Mondiale. It's a digital standard, one of the recognized ones that is being rolled out on several continents. But we have taken it and tried to look at it as a tool to push education to those corners, those countries, those regions that maybe other platforms like the internet doesn't. And we have tried to make this a very practical demonstration of how digital radio can deliver education and how the educational content can be enhanced and helped by artificial intelligence. So if you look at this slide, we have decided to do several things. One is to have some training sessions. I'm very happy to say we've had one at 9 o'clock, and we'll have another one because DRM is global and our supporters and people interested are all over the continents at 1500 UTC. Then we have put together, for the first time in the history of the DRM, broadcasts on all 5 continents today on shortwave DRM. And I'm happy to say that we have started getting feedback. We got some feedback from Brazil, where the educational content we broadcast and the associated data was received in Brazil, as said, but was broadcast from Germany. And it is perfect. We will play it, but not now. It is a fantastic achievement. We have also done the same for the first time on DRM FM. DRM is both in medium wave, short wave, as most people know, but also an excellent solution for FM. And we have launched, and you will see, we have launched a DRM FM demonstration in Africa today on the occasion of World Radio Day. So if we go to the next slide, apart from my image, and you know me now, if we go to the next one, this is the official one. I will just very briefly tell you what we told people. That you can have a transmitter either at thousands of kilometers, broadcasting at thousands of kilometers. And we did a trial from the UK to the Gambia, West Africa last year, or locally. And you can have educational content. I won't go through all the things that you can have there. Audio, textbooks, images, everything is there. Then you broadcast that to a specially designed receiver. And in the Gambia, we had a selection somewhere from companies in Germany, UK, and France, and use it almost like a receiving station. And from there, via Wi-Fi, it got to very simple, very relatively cheap, should I say, tablets in the hands of students. The students were in a middle school in Banjul, the capital of the Gambia. So that was explained, shown, and demonstrated. And of course, we have lots of facts and figures about this. If you go to the next slide very quickly, it's the breaking news I was telling you about. Today, 3 stations in Johannesburg, around Johannesburg in South Africa, took the same content. This is content in English, and broadcast it. It was received, and we shown how it was received, first on the radio receiver, a digital one, of course, and then from there on the tablet. But it doesn't have to be a tablet. It can be a mobile, it can be anything. So imagine people who have no internet, but there is this broadcast either in the whole country or locally, and with one receiver, which becomes like a loudspeaker, the whole content goes to students. This demonstration, if you see there is a link to the demonstration. We are not going to play it now unless you have the time to see how exactly our South African colleagues did all this and received it.
I think, Ruxandra, it's really very interesting. And I think we're going to look at the video because what is very original with this project is that you are able to use radio in a sense which is kind of incredible, which means that you allow students to learn without having internet thanks to radio, and this is done very simply by using the capacity of Journaline, which is a technology we don't really matter, even if it's important, but for the users, they just receive on their tablets a Wi-Fi signal that is done in the class, but it comes, all the data come from radio, and that's what is incredible, using airwave to be able to teach in places where internet is not available or internet is off because of different problems you can have. So let's just watch this video. Please, all the people that are waiting will be soon putting you on air. Don't worry. But I think it's really important to have an idea of really how it works. So I have 2 videos. Maybe I will play the second video later on, but maybe I can play the one from Gambia, which is really explaining well how it is used.
First of its kind in Africa, the Digital Radio Mondial Consortium conducted the first ever demonstration of an innovative program at St. Joseph's Senior Secondary School in Banjul on Tuesday. The project, which delivers education at a distance via radio, has been described as a game changer by MOPSI officials. And Sumane Sonyasi tells us more.
A few years ago, the idea of students in Africa and other parts of the world accessing remote education through digital means without an internet connection seemed unlikely. However, thanks to the Digital Radio Mondial DRM Consortium, students at St. Joseph's Senior Secondary School in Banjul are the first to experience this groundbreaking technology. By using simple non-internet connected tablets linked to a digital radio, students can access real-time lessons from the UK. This innovative approach aims to make education accessible worldwide particularly in developing countries like the Gambia, where digital infrastructure remains a challenge. Johannes von Wessenhoff and Janet Daramy of the DRM Consortium showcase how the technology works and its potential impact on education in the Gambia and beyond.
Right now we've got the live signal here from UK, London, so and you should see the content that is on the radio that was also transmitted along with the audio, or is transmitted live right now.
With DRM education, it means that education can be delivered anywhere. You know, no internet, no expensive data. I think we heard the students talk about the expense of data. But apart from that, apart from even the cost of data, if you think when there are rains or any disaster, the first things that go are television and mobile. You have no access whatsoever. Radio never goes down.
Present at Tuesday's demonstration were Louis Moses Mendy, the Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, and Madam Kipi Hanakoka, the Principal of St. Joseph Senior Secondary School. Both expressed strong optimism about the DRM innovation, highlighting its potential to open up new educational opportunities for students.
Okay, so you will be able to go on and watch this video.
Philippe. Yeah, I couldn't hear the last words, but I hope you can hear me. I just wanted to bring in another dimension, the artificial intelligence dimension. It's my last thing. The training session we did this morning, we had a live demo of how the content can be practically in a couple of minutes, not seconds, translated in another language. Because, you know, most of the countries have a lot of languages. It's not always English and French. At the moment, we have the same mathematical content available in English, French, Portuguese, Greek, and we wanted to show how the content could be turned into Spanish. And if we go to the slide, which shows what it meant and how we did it, you will see the potential of education, distance education via digital radio. So it is not only about no connection to internet, radio jumps in. It is also about the possibility of making this content available to a lot of students, but also in the language they understand. Can we have the slide that shows this? And maybe you will, I mean, I'm not going into great details, but we just say that we have the original material. That's what we showed. We used, of course, our tools, if you want, the kitchen tools, the journal line you mentioned, and other tools. And then we generated new audio files from text scripts. So we could do from audio to go to script. And we could import the new files in various languages, in our case, in Spanish, put it in this content server, which you could consider like the kitchen where we put all the food together, and then it went on air. And as I explained, actually our educational content broadcast from Nauen in Germany was received this morning in Brazil. I think this is amazing, and it gets indeed radio. It gives radio a mandate, a possibility that never existed and definitely wasn't envisaged 100 years ago. What we need, and this is my last slide, is we need people to understand what we propose. The next slide. We need to get people involved, and we need to make it happen. It's not just a nice project that we can do in the UK or Germany. We need to involve ministries of education, broadcasters, regulators, receiver manufacturers, very important as well. And of course, the people who create the content and the people who benefit, the students. We are ready to partner with anyone who wants to partner with us. And we fair education for all. And if you are really interested, you can always contact us. And we have, like UNESCO, a whole host of materials under elearning.drm.org. Thank you once again, both to Mirta, UNESCO, very much to you, Philippe, and RedTech, and everyone who is watching us. And please, 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 write to us, projectoffice@drm.org, or register for our training session in 2 hours. Thank you. I cannot hear you, Philippe, but I hope you are saying only good things. Yeah.
Studio, that's this one. Now you hear me?
Yes, now we can hear
sorry,
you.
I muted the studio, sorry. That was my fault. No problem. Thank you very much. I was saying, Alexandra, for explaining to us this project, and people can go and check directly on your website. We go on and welcome the other meeting. Of course, Mirta, you're welcome to stay. But if you don't want to stay those 3 hours altogether, you're welcome to come back later if you want. We're going to welcome our next person that connected, and this is a technical partner. We have 2 technical partners, and we also have Mahamoud that is waiting, Malcolm and Max, which will join us. So we'll be short with everyone, but the idea is really that you present what you are doing for the World Radio Day. So technological partners are a number of 10 technological partners. We'll have 2 of them today. We have one also that is doing the translation live on the website. If you go to redtech.pro or lalette.pro, on the homepage, you will see that it's translated automatically in French or English, if we talk French or English. It's also a technical partner. So we welcome Florent Véléa from Win Media. Hello, Florent, do you hear us?
Hello everyone. I can hear you loud and clear now.
Yeah, so thank you very much. So can you just present yourself? winmedia.ai. It's a solution that is used to do a lot of different projects with AI. So how do you use AI with Win Media?
So as let's say at the moment, Win AI that you mentioned, it's a full grown product. We took the advantage to launch it last ABC, and it's the first, let's say, standalone product that is incorporating AI. Even if prior to that we have been fiddling and toying around with AI in our other products. But this one, Win AI, is now available for everyone as a standalone product that is fully integrated with our other products like the Playout, the newsroom, or the logger part. But this one can also be used in a combination with third-party softwares or standalone.
Yeah, it's an autonomous product, so it's very simple. You put your what you want to do, and it can create some AI content. So, and you offer 3 months of free usage of this.
Someone come.
And this is something that is very important. All the technical partners are offering you radio station. If you register on the World Radio Day website, those services, and 3 months of usage of that let you try. You have many language you can use as well, huh, Florent?
Practically, we were also surprised of the flexibility of our product, I can say. Even from the start, even if we have launched it considering that we can vouch for a few languages, during the tryouts, we saw that basically we can cover much, much more. At the moment, we are handling with no problem French, of course, English, Spanish. We have Lithuanian clients, Italian, and other, major languages. But also we have done trials and very, very, very good results with Greek, with Romanian, and a few other even dialects. We have tried with Catalan, Spanish dialect from Catalonia, and some trials with Chinese and also Malaysian language. So
okay. So
we can cover very, very easy all this, and we can incorporate even more.
Okay, so if you want to try out all the AI solutions, please register, and you will get a link by email, and this link you will be able to access to all the software and the solutions that are proposed. And I will welcome another technological partner before welcoming Malcolm. There's also Gustav that is here, and Max is Marvin from... hello, Marvin. Welcome on stage. So, Abstract. What is doing Abstract for a radio station?
Hello, Philippe. Thank you for letting us being part of this celebration. At Abstract, we are doing press monitoring. So basically, we use AI to find and filter information and press articles. Given your subject, your needs, your topic, and the things that matters for you. So it's a solution that sees a lot of articles every day, and then that filters and that finds what you exactly need. I want to thank Mirta for showing this video, because getting proper information, sourced and factual, is a daily struggle for me. And I try to explain to everybody that using a chatbot to do that is not the proper way to do it. So thank you for that. Our solution, Abstract, does actually that. It finds the article that you need for your use case.
Yeah, and that's what we are also going to use to try to see who is talking about the World Radio Day everywhere in the world, and we are going to welcome them now, Malcolm, Max, and Gustav, and Mahamoud, that is also with us. Thank you very much, Marvin. To go and know more about Abstract, it's abstract.news, if I'm not correct, and Abstract is with a K.
Exactly. Thank you, Philippe.
Abstract.news, but honestly, register, get the link on your email, and then with all that, you will access to the 10 offers. And I guess all the station already. Thank you very much, Marvin. We are welcoming now Malcolm from, well, you will tell us where you're from, Malcolm. Malcolm, welcome on stage. We are very happy to have you. Can you tell us who you are and how you're celebrating World Radio Day?
Sure. Thank you, and merci, Philippe. And happy World Radio Day from Melbourne, Australia.
Melbourne.
I'm a songwriter, and while I was trying to get my music played on radio, I discovered that information about community radio programs is very fragmented. Australia has hundreds of community radio stations doing great work, but as a listener or as an artist, it's very hard to discover who is playing what format and when. So I've used AI to build AussieAirwaves.com.au. It's a simple web app that shows a live list of Australian music programs that are on air right now. You don't need to remember a schedule. The web app updates whenever a program starts or ends. So you can just go straight to the site and find a program that's on air whenever it suits you. I gathered the data, but I could not build anything like this without AI. I can write lyrics for a song. I cannot write code for a website. No idea.
Yeah, so this is a possibility of discovery, and you're going to develop it. And I think today everyone is able to do a lot of things with AI, and the difficulty is to keep on doing it for a long time and having a model that people want to use and that has a real meaning for it. So thank you very much, Malcolm, for your operation and doing that for the World Radio Day. We're just going on with our other guests that are here. We have Max and Gustav and Mahamoud. Mahamoud, we're going to try to have you on air if that works. You're in audio, I think, Mohammed. Do you hear us? Can you connect your microphone? Mahamoud, are you able to listen to us, to hear us, to connect your mic? I see that your mic is not connected. Okay, Mahamoud, I see it's Santa that is coming also. I think it's a bit hard to connect to Mohammed, so we're going to go on and welcome Gustav. Hello, Gustav. Tell us, Gustav, where you're from and how you celebrate World Radio Day.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for the opportunity to speak here on the UNESCO World Radio Day. For us, it's been really good for the whole week. We've been broadcasting the UNESCO jingles and package that we received from UNESCO via email. So we downloaded everything and we playlisted everything on the radio as well. And this morning we had a very good conversation with the MDDA here in South Africa, as well as the National Association of Broadcasting, also celebrating World Radio Day from South Africa.
How is your usage of AI today? Tell us, is it something that concerns you a lot?
Yes, it does. I think the issue that we have in South Africa is that people are not used to AI for radio. So this morning's discussion with NAB was regarding the usage of AI in South Africa in community radio. We as internet radio broadcasters and web radio broadcasters have been using AI for jingles and for marketing and that kind of stuff. But I think, especially in South Africa, we still don't have a direction of where AI is going and what we need to do when using AI. People are scared that you will clone their voices, for instance. They want to know how are you going to use AI in a legal way and in a legal manner, and what's the legislation around. So we have that, little bit of work to do to make sure that especially our listeners and our users understand why we are using AI and dabbling into AI for radio.
Yeah, so this is really important for you. So let's see. I have to add the studio to the scene. If not, you will not hear me. So AI is important, but you don't have to use it in a bad way. That's also what you can get with the World Radio Day, is the 13 IDs. I don't know if you took the time to read those 13 IDs, Gustav. We try to really help also radio station to inform the listeners and also to inform the staff of your radio station, because it's important to be able to question yourself when you're in a station, and to also question the listeners as well.
Yeah, we had quite a bit of conversation with our listeners via our social media channels. So what's happening now is, especially with UNESCO and with the packages that we received and the information that we received, we have a better understanding of how to use AI, how to inform our listeners and our users about AI and our usage of AI, which is very good.
Okay, thank you very much, Gustav, for coming and connecting from South Africa. We're very happy to know that the World Radio Day is important for you and for all your listeners. Where you can, of course, stay with us online and get the translation if you don't understand. We will have some French soon and some people talking French and English, but you have all the translation on redtech.pro and lalettre.pro if you want to follow the full 3 hours. Thank you very much, Gustav, and have a nice day with your listeners and your radio. We're going to welcome now Max. We're going to try maybe once again with Mahamoud if Mahamoud is with us. Do you hear us, Mahamoud, or can you unmute maybe your microphone if you manage? No, I think Mahamoud has some troubles. Max, welcome to this live. We're very happy to have you. You have I saw the press release. You have an incredible project you've been working on. Tell us about what you're preparing for this World Radio Day.
Yeah, thank you, and happy World Radio Day. Yeah, we as you know, we've been in the industry for over 20 years, building software for listeners and radio stations for 15 years, and last year we had the situation that we questioned our product and asked ourselves, is this still the right thing that we do, or should we do something else, something better? And as you know, the users in the last 15 years, they changed a lot their behavior. And so we thought about changing the way radio comes to the user. And as a gamer, the first thing that came to my mind was, why don't we put radio in a game? And the idea of a radio idle game was born, that we built a small game for Windows and Mac PCs. And the intention was to start the radio, listen to the radio, get some points, and interact with the small little character that is on your desktop, and you can interact with them. So you don't have to, but it would be nice. You can send hearts to the radio station by just left click on the character. You can give him some tasks, and you can earn points. And if you do well, you are ranking on top of the high score, and the radio station can spin a game around this or something like this. So it's all about finding new ways to bring the radio to the listeners, to the users, that they are, and especially the users that are on other platforms, on gaming platforms. So we didn't stop with the PC or Mac game. We just built and this is our, it's the first radio app or game for the Steam console. So that's normally you play games on this. No, that's now you can listen to radio as well on the Steam. So that's what we do for radio on the World Radio Day, though. So we find new ways to bring radio to the listener.
Okay, well, that's very interesting. Where can we get this game? How can we access it?
The game will be available in 2 weeks. It's my fault because they have a 2 weeks period of testing. So that is the official Steam platform where you can get the game. And the Mac store for Mac OS will be the point of truth where you can get the Mac game. And we are trying to get an account for Windows as well. But you just have to look for Radio Buddy. That's the name of the game. And hopefully you will have fun.
Radio Buddy. Thank you very much, Max, for this event and launch that you wanted to do for the World Radio Day, and we will try to play and to install that and to see how that works. Thank you very much, Max. We're going to welcome now Tsanta. Tsanta is with us, and we're going to switch into French, if I'm correct, Tsanta. Welcome, Tsanta. We don't hear you, so maybe your microphone is not connected. Can you try to see if... of course, we're doing that live, so we did not have any rehearsal for the people that are connecting. That's why that with Mahamoud we were not able to connect. Maybe you can try your microphone, and we'll welcome Mahamoud to see if his microphone is on. Mahamoud, did you manage to put your microphone on? Maybe Tsanta, what you can do is come out and in again and connect maybe your microphone. You have some preferences, and you can select the right audio source in the right microphone. Maybe you connect it with USB. But Mahamoud, we still don't hear you, and your mic is off. So if you want to talk to us, maybe try to unmute your microphone, Mahamoud, because we can't hear you right now. So let's just, while we're waiting for Tsanta to come back, we're going to listen to someone that is really important at the European Parliament, Roberta Metsola, President of the European Parliament, that made a video for the World Radio Day. Let's hear what she has to tell us.
My day with the radio. Most mornings, it is the first voice I hear. Before the emails, before the headlines, before everything speeds up. And I know I'm not the only one. Radio is part of everyday life for millions of people across Europe, at home, in the car, and at work. It is familiar, accessible, and present at the moments that shape our day. At a time when it is harder and harder to know which sources we can trust, people know that they can always turn to radio for clear and reliable information. In fact, a recent study shows radio is Europe's most trusted medium. So on World Radio Day, that trust is worth recognizing and celebrating. As digital technologies and AI evolve, they bring new opportunities for radio, from how content is created to how it reaches people. Innovation has always been part of radio, of course, but people still come back for the human voice, the relationship with presenters, and that sense of connection and belonging. For that to continue, radio needs to remain easy to find and easy to listen to, on smart devices, in connected cars, and across the platforms that people use every day. That is why the Digital Networks Act is so important for the future of radio in Europe. Radio is something we should all care about and look after, not out of nostalgia, but because it plays a real role in people's lives. If we want the next generation to grow up with the same sense of trust and connection, we need to make sure radio continues to have its place. Because as we know, video did not kill the radio star. Thank you.
Video did not kill the radio star, and we are in the studio of radio with NStories. So maybe Sarah Rodriguez. Do we speak French or English? What do you prefer?
Both are fine for me.
Both are fine. So let's just put it in English so that the one that wants to have it in French, it's very simple if you want to listen and to understand in French what we're saying. Si vous voulez entendre ce que l'on dit en français, vous allez sur le site de la lettre.pro, vous avez un traducteur automatique, and if you want to hear what we say in French and you're on the RedTech website the same, you have a live translation. Sarah, we are now in a beautiful studio, NStories. NStories is a new brand that you have been launching now.
Yes.
It has the name You Tell Stories, if I understood right. Is that what's the point with NStories?
That's the whole point. Actually, we have in NGroup 5 other brands. We are radios, first of all, but NStories is made to tell stories with podcast or content creative video cast, for example, also consulting. And yes, we would love to think that what we do with our radios we can do in podcast, for example, or videocast for our customers.
Okay, so today NGroup is a group of different stations. Which stations do you have? We're in the studios. We have surrounded by beautiful studios here. So Energy, which is a musical station.
Yes,
Nostalgie,
Hit Station, which is a radio not only for the youth because the young people grow, so now they stay with us. We also have Nostalgie in Belgium. We have Nostalgie Plus, Energie Plus. We also have Chérie, and now we have NStories. But as I said, it's not a radio, it's more of a audio production company.
How do you use AI today in your group and in NStories? Is it something that today is you're obliged to use AI if you want to augment yourself?
Of course, we have to, but it's not something that we suffer. We actually enjoy having a new tool. I think that what is really important when we have so many teams to manage is to be able to explain to everyone how to use AI. Also, it can be interesting if we take the example of NStories to understand that when we produce podcast, we want to bring a content that will be enriched by source checking, fact checking, and AI can help. But in a second time, of course, we do it ourselves too. Then we mix everything between from creativity to finding new ways of saying things. Also, it's a great help to gain time, which is really, let's say, a race for us on a daily basis.
Yeah, I think we're all at the same level on that. We just get augmented, and if we use it in the smart way, it's a great tool. But it has also some troubles we have to watch out.
Of course, problems. And that's also why I say that it's important to communicate to all the staff how to use AI. We have signed actually a chart in the company to make sure that everybody understands how to use it. There's a tendency right now to just sign with the first AI, but no, we have to choose wisely the company we decide to use for our content when it's used to create content for our radio stations or for NStories, for example.
Thank you very much. We have now Santa that is back. We have Thierry Mars with us also, and Daryl van Daniken, who joined us to tell us how they are celebrating radio. You can also comment if you want on the player. There's a lot of messages that I did not display. I did not do my job, so I'm going to display now them, of course. So we are trying. Santa, is your microphone working now? Let's check. Do you hear us, Santa? Santa. It seems that it still does not work. Santa, are you okay? I think we have a connection problem with Santa. Maybe she will try a little later. So let's see the message that we get. Hello to everyone. Can I speak French during my intervention? Yes, Santa, I told you that you speak, so she left a message, but it seems that her microphone is not. Last try with Santa. Santa, do you hear us?
Yes, can you hear me?
Oui, bonjour Santa, si tu peux parler français, bienvenue dans ce live et on est très heureux de t'accueillir Santa. Donc pour ceux qui écoutent en français, vous avez la traduction en anglais. For those who don't understand French, please go to the website, RedTech website or lalettre.pro website. You will have this translation in English. On passe en français. Santa, je te laisse te présenter et nous expliquer comment tu célèbres cette journée mondiale de la radio.
Merci. Alors, moi, je m'appelle Tsant et je travaille pour le studio CIFAC à Madagascar. J'aimerais préciser quand même que notre modèle est un peu différent car nous ne sommes pas exactement une radio. Nous sommes un studio de production de programmes radiophoniques créé par la Fondation Hirondelle en 2019. Nous produisons donc 2 heures de production quotidienne qui sont diffusées sur nos 60 radios partenaires dans toute l'île. Et donc, pour aujourd'hui, pour la Journée mondiale de la radio, nous avons réalisé 2 débats radiophoniques. Le premier sur la résilience de la radio face aux mutations politiques dans le pays, car il faut savoir que les coups d'État et le renforcement de pouvoir sont des situations qui se répètent souvent à Madagascar, et la majorité des radios ici appartiennent à des hommes politiques. Donc, il y a forcément des répercussions sur la radio. Et le deuxième débat porte sur la place de la radio à l'ère des nouveaux médias. Et pour cette discussion, nous avons plutôt invité des jeunes qui ont partagé leur regard sur la radio aujourd'hui, leur impression et leur attente en matière d'information également. Et dans un autre format, nous avons également eu une interview avec un expert pour parler des opportunités et des menaces de l'utilisation de l'IA à la radio. Et enfin, une dernière émission de 6 minutes consacrée à l'importance de la radio communautaire dans le paysage médiatique à Madagascar.
Ah ben plein de choses, c'est magnifique. Merci beaucoup. C'est Tsant qu'on dit, ou c'est pas Tsanta? Ça s'écrit Tsanta, mais c'est Tsant.
Tsanta.
Tsanta, ah oui, c'est Tsanta quand même. Merci.
Oui.
Tsant, ouais, Tsant. Merci pour toutes ces informations et pour fêter cette journée mondiale de la radio avec nous. On est très heureux de t'avoir sur ce live. On va continuer à faire le tour de nos invités et we're going to switch to English. So, Tsanta, si tu veux continuer à écouter, tu peux avoir la traduction en simultané sur le site de la lettre.pro ou sur le site de RedTech.pro. Merci Tsanta et bonne continuation avec toutes ces activités et pour toutes ces radios. Merci Tsanta. We are going to welcome now Thierry Mars. Thierry, hello, welcome to this Global World Radio Day live. So Thierry, we take it in English or in French? What do you prefer? English?
Yeah, let's try to do it in English.
Yeah, let's try to do it in English. So, World Radio Alliance and ECTA.
Yes.
You have been doing a lot for radio in the whole world with ECTA, which is more on the ad sales, on the advertisement side, and World Radio Alliance, which maybe you can present us very, very fast. And I saw on RedTech, I'm going to display the what you've been announcing so that people can see what you've been announcing. So I'm going to share my screen. No, it's already shared.
Thank you, Philippe. First of all, thank you for the invitation and happy World Radio Day to everyone who is listening or watching us today. So as you just mentioned, I'm working at ECTA. I'm the radio director at ECTA. And for those who do not know, ECTA is an international trade body representing audio and multi-platform TV business. So more on the ad sales, indeed. And 5 years ago, we initiated an informal group with the mission to share best practice together, and most important, to promote the strength of radio in the media landscape with one voice. And this group is the World Radio Alliance. So we now have 21 trade bodies, so 21 radio association, part of it across 17 markets and across 4 continents. And so this year, to celebrate World Radio Day, we created and released today a deck called Radio, the Voice of Connection, Emotion, and Attention. And so this deck compares data from around the globe to show why radio is unique. So radio is still has a massive reach. So radio is still really alive because over 80% of the population listen to radio weekly. So which also give brands the opportunity to reach millions of potential clients. Radio is also the audio leader, so it's still the most dominant platform in the audio landscape. And most of all, it's a trusted companion because radio is listened all day in a trusted environment. So it is radio is the most trusted medium in Europe. Also the same in the US, in Canada, and many other markets. So this trust benefits also brands directly because it can enhance the brand credibility. So to summarize this, radio creates connection, emotion, and attention. And attention, as you know, is more and more essential for marketing in a world saturated with content. So I invite everyone to have a look at this 24-pager publication on the World Radio Alliance website.
World Radio Alliance website, and the study you find it also on redtech.pro. We made an article this morning, and that's how I just discovered it as well, because there's so many sources of information today that it's hard to really follow everything. So thank you very much, Thierry, for this study that of course is interesting. I showed while you were talking the study and the different statistics and figures that you presented to us. So please feel free to also contact Thierry if you have any questions regarding the study World Radio Alliance and ECTA. Thank you, Thierry. See you.
Thank you very much.
For sure. Thank you very much. We are going. Yeah, we're going on with our live now with new people just connecting all the time, which is very nice. And we are welcoming now Daryl. Daryl, tell us, where are you calling us from, Daryl? How are you?
Hello, Philip. I'm broadcasting from Zurich in Switzerland.
Zurich in Switzerland. So, well, how are you celebrating World Radio Day? You're organizing a lot of events for professionals. I think you've been to events last week. How is radio going, and how AI is changing the game according to you?
Oh gosh, where to start? And as you know, I'm celebrating radio every day, 24/7. We're organizing the Swiss Radio Day, which is your version of in Switzerland. Also the International Radio Festival. We're also supporting the likes of Saudi Arabia in rolling their radio out. So yes, look, radio is omnipresent. I don't have to sing the virtues of radio, do I? But let's not forget, it is the only, put it this way, of all the trusted voices in media, radio is always the top. That's not what we say, it's what the world says. So it already starts there. And in this world of over-digitalization and AI, where we're never quite sure what's real, hearing real people and being guaranteed they are real people is always going to be closer to our heart. So I don't think radio has anything to worry about AI. I think it's a big panic. The same thing happened to graphics 30 years ago when the PDF came. The same happened to the Industrial Revolution when it came. We have had many revolutions where we've just had to get back. The typewriter. Look what that did for the world. And look at the beginning when radio came, the whole music industry said it's going to kill radio. It's going to kill music, I beg your pardon. What did it do? It just expanded music. So with AI, we just need to know where to set it in to make us more efficient. But the ultimate output, which is produced by a producer and an anchor, why mess with that? Because that's what radio is. Everything else is just, it's just kind of tricks and smokes and mirrors.
Yeah, I think you're right, and AI is here to show how powerful radio is in this world of fake. A lot of fake is just surrounding us, and radio is maybe the media where that you have the less fake. How do you see radio station are using AI? Do you think they're using it in the right way and in an ethical way?
Well, those that are, and those that aren't. There's a lot of gimmicks around. There's a lot of fun. There's a lot of niche applications. There's all AI radio stations. If that floats your boat, but it's never going to have. Look, I really don't want to sound like we're not moving with the times, but radio is all about people and storytelling, what you and I are doing right now. And I think with AI and being able to believe what you should or should not believe, I think it's going to have just one impact on us, is that we as human beings should not rely on others to be telling us the truth. We need to know who's telling us the truth, and we need to spend a bit more time to research ourselves and maybe pause a moment before we react. So I think that's going to be the ultimate good that comes out of us. We're going to be far more critical, far more analytic, and far more delving into what is the truth or not. And at the end of the day, that's our own personal responsibility, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you're right, exactly. So, thank you very much, Sarah. If you feel like asking questions to all the people that are talking, please feel free to do it. I am just checking my camera because I don't see myself anymore. Why don't I see myself anymore? Where am I? That is funny. I think it seems like there's
the studio.
Did disconnect? No, because I don't see myself.
Oh, no, I see yourself in the studio.
Yeah, hold on. We have just a slight thing.
All that matters is that we can hear you, because that's what
you can hear me and you can see me now, because I connected my camera on my Mac. So, but it's my Mac. It's not yours.
Okay.
It's not this browser. So yeah, we have together with us Alex Kuzmina and Benjamin Bellamy. So Alex is going to go on next. Thank you very much, Daryl, for being with us. You can of course stay with us if you want. You still hear me, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, okay, it still works, but it's just the camera from the studio that is not on air yet.
What matters is the voice.
Yeah, that's what matters.
You know, the moment we have a camera, we speak differently, and that's the beauty of audio. You know, we can make our own pictures. Audio is the most visual of all media. So we will also get over this trend where radio and podcasts have to be filmed. That'll all come to an end once we get over the panic that we must also video a radio studio. It's really not necessary. Only perhaps if you have a superstar. Then then it adds some value, and you can use the clips, etc., from for social media. But radio is freedom. It should not become something that bogs you down like all other media. With radio, we can do whatever we want, and we can carry on with our life whilst we're listening. We're capable of that.
Yeah, I think we are. Thank you very much for being with us for this global live, and I'm very happy to now go on with. Oh, the video is back. Yes, now we have the video back from the studio. That works perfectly. Thank you very much, Daryl, and we should certainly see each other in some events someday.
All the best.
Somewhere. Yeah, all the best. Thank you very much. Okay, bye bye. Thank you very much. So, Alex Kuzmina. Hello, Alex. Do you hear me?
Hi. Yes, I'm here with
Hi.
David, co-host. We're the hosts of the Graffiti live sessions on Radio R.
Okay, so tell us who you are and how do you celebrate the World Radio Day? Tell us everything.
So right now we're currently on air. We're doing a segment on AI, songs that criticize AI, or songs that to me are viscerally human. So to me, that would be all my punk icons and punk bands and punk songs and stuff like that. And we're celebrating by talking about how AI impacts our lives.
Yeah.
So how does it impact your life?
Well, that is the question. I mean, to me as a radio host, there's a lot of fear about AI replacing me, potentially. So there's a kind of conversations about that. And of course, like AI can simplify lives, but we had like a pre-recorded session. We have a podcast where we talked about AI and how it can impact radio, how we use it, how we communicate with others.
Yeah.
And do you see it? As a threat as well? You told me it's going to replace me. Do you really think that AI can replace the human voice, the made by human?
I mean, I don't personally believe that because I think radio hosts let people tune into the radios to hear a certain personality.
Yeah. AI cannot replicate humanity that we have as humans and the creativity we have as well.
All right, and you listeners, do you ask them what they think? Do you involve the listeners about questioning AI and questioning all this fake information that is going around?
I mean, kind of. Like, they can always call in. would to tune into the conversation we're having. Haven't had any callers in today, but we're still hoping.
Yes.
All right. So, can you tell us a little more about your station and your audience and how you're working inside of your station?
Yeah, sure. Sorry, I'm keeping an eye on the monitor to see if we have to switch the song. But yeah, the Radio R was founded 33 years ago, so it's kind of a punk station in itself, very DIY. And our branch, Graffiti, focuses on youth work. So
Yeah,
we're
exactly.
both
On young
radio hosts.
people, mostly to give them a voice, opportunity to create podcasts, to go live. So it's to give the young people a voice, exactly, to express their creativity. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what radio is good at. Sarah, are you also involving youngs in your NGroup with the stations? How are you dealing with young people? Because that's the people that we say, I don't know if you agree, Alex, are not really listening anymore. They're just on social networks. How are you managing to have young people in
Well, in my case, I will talk about something personal. I've created a podcast for kids that is called Les Petits Rêveurs, the Little Dreamers, where we write stories for them. I deeply believe that to be connected to the next generation or the youngest generation, we need to, first of all, keep a good sense of humor, because laugh is a great way of connecting. Then keep educating. So in those fictional podcasts for them, I really try to put as much as culture as I can. For example, we have a bunch of stories about Japan, because I used to love Japan when I was younger. And I think that it's pretty interesting to go in that kind of universe when you are somewhere in Belgium and you cannot take the plane to go in Tokyo, but a story can make you travel. Also, I think we keep a good relation with the youth when we respect it. And so we need to understand that we cannot please and tell them what they want to hear. We have to really bond with the youth. So it could be festival. It could be also inviting schools to visit the studios. I've done that last year with a bunch of kids. It was nice to see their interest and realizing that that's a radio station. That's huge. So many studios. That's a lot of things behind just the voice I've heard in the car with my parents. So we need to explain what we do. It's not obvious. We have to explain and be humble.
Yeah, Alex, how do you? I mean, I know that in France it's really hard now, because before in the 80s when it was the freedom of frequencies in France, a lot of the young were like knocking at the door of the station saying, "Hey, I want to make radio." Today, as they're able to do their own content, their own YouTube channel, they're not Instagram, their TikTok channel. Alex, how do you see that? Because in France, no one is knocking at the door of stations anymore. How do you involve those youngs, and how do you motivate them to say, "Hey, radio is great because you're live," and how do you give them like a special freedom, because they don't have the reflex of coming to stations any longer? How do you do that, Alex?
You know, you'd be surprised, because we do have people knocking on our door and coming in and
really
seeing how radio works, and like they ask questions, and you know, if they have the incentive to come in and make a podcast or a live session, they're more than welcome to do so. I mean, that's how I applied here.
Yeah, and they have a lot of freedom, and they also have a lot of support, because we also are a radio with mostly educators. So they get a lot of support and help, and they can express their creativity. Like I said, they can bring in music or just a topic that they're interested in. So yeah, they have a lot of room to express their creativity. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, like I've always loved radio. Like I would always come into my room or something, and I have an actual stereo that I would listen to radio.
Yeah, and to find out how is the behind the scenes, how does it work exactly.
But do you feel that I mean, how did you hear about because you love maybe radio, and that's why you had the idea of knocking at the door, but all the ones that I mean, I see around when I ask people and below 40 years of age who is listening to radio, there's very, very few people. So how I mean, are you going to university to say, hey, radio is good? Or they're really just coming? How do they learn about you?
I mean, it's funny you mention that, because on Wednesday, actually next Wednesday, we have a pop-up at the mall where we
So you're doing, that's what I mean. I mean, you're provoking the fact that they have to knock on our door by doing events, right?
Yeah. Yes. Also posting on social media, of course, that also is a big help. And yes, going to events. It's specifically an event for offering like internships and stuff. So it's very interesting for the young people to have an internship here and learn how the radio works, do some podcasts. Yeah.
Okay, well then that's maybe the core thing, Sarah, is to go on the malls and
and the schools and all the places where the youth is. We have to go and we have to talk to them and explain them.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think we have to make a move, because if we wait for them to come, I don't think they will really.
They don't even know we are here.
Yeah, that's the thing. You got to make yourself known. You got to make your presence known.
All right, so all the ones that are listening live today or the radio station, please just go in the malls and just go in in the schools and tell them how radio is good. It's true that usually you stay in your studios and you don't think about that immediately, to just go and tell them how radio is fun when you're live, because that's the magic of it, the live from this microphone. And it's nice to have headphones also and hear your voice.
Yes.
It's very nice to be in that studio of NGroup in Brussels. Thank you very much, Alex. You of course, you're welcome to stay with us. We're going to welcome the person that made the translation possible. I don't know if you checked that, Alex, on RedTech.pro website. You can go and check. We have a live translation, and Benjamin Bellamy is here with us from Linagora and Lin2, which is an incredible system. Listen, I called him this morning at 10:30. I said, hey, can we make a live translation? He said, yeah, no problem. And he's a technical partner of the World Radio Day as well. He's one of the 10 technological partners that you could use for your station. We have a lot of offers that we have. We have Lin2, we have OpenRag, we have Castopod, which is also doing a podcast. Benjamin, can you tell us about this solution that you proposed us very simply and easily to our live stream?
Hello, Philippe. Yeah, sure. So I'm part of the company which is called Linagora, which is a 25 years old company dedicated to open source software. And we've been developing transcription software, which is called Linto. And it allows to do live transcription and live translation. It's been used actually at the European Commission in 100 meeting rooms, and it translates to 24 languages. And we are using it now. So as you mentioned, it's very easy to set up and very straightforward. So within minutes, we were able to plug into your live feed and to make translation and to send it to any software. So it's now on your website, but it can also work on your cell phone or anything. And we're very proud of this. So this is one AI solution that Linagora has been working on for years, actually. Way before even Whisper AI, if you heard about this, was created. And we've been working and enhancing it like every day. Another solution that Linagora has been working on is called OpenRag, and it's a RAG solution. So basically, it allows you to query an LLM and to get information, but from your own documents. So you don't get hallucinations and stuff that was invented by the LLM, but only information that was within your own servers and your own data.
Yeah. Okay. So that's really an incredible tool, and because you are participating to the World Radio Day, you have the chance of using this solution if you register, and then when you get the email back after your registration to the World Radio Day, on the global map that you will see, you just type on Google World Radio Day, or you go to UNESCO website. It's the World Radio Day today, and you will see see a possibility of adding your station to the map and to get an email with the link where you will be able to download all the technological partners that are, and maybe I'm going to display the technological partners that we have. Actually, I'm going to do something. I'm going to show you so that every station can see the different offers that we have. I'm going to show you the different offers that we have. So I'm going to share my screen here. So here you should be able to see the offers. So the first offers here in open source, because yeah, Benjamin, there's something we can talk, which is I think very important as well, is what is the difference between open source and all those AI that we're using, which are not open source? And you are talking about what we call an end-to-end open source, which means that it's really purely open source. Because we heard that OpenAI, ChatGPT was open source to start with, and then they changed their business model. But your solutions are really completely open source from end to end. So Lin2 is an open source platform for automatic transcription, the one that we're using. OpenRAG, open source platform that transforms archives into searchable knowledge base. That's a little how you use it if you know ChatGPT or Gemini. You use the gems and you use the GPTs. You're creating your own. OpenRAG is that kind of solution that you will be able to use for 3 months if you participate to the World Radio Day. Castopod is an open source platform for managing multiple podcast hosting. We also have some proprietary solutions like Hindenburg. Hindenburg is offering a year of using his quality editing broadcast editor, Shade for Radio Professional. And it has an offline AI transcription, which is kind of interesting, which means that you download the LLM instead of going online to use the transcription in 99 languages. So you will have a possibility to use this great software. CheckSub, we're going to talk about that, and Mirta a little earlier talked about the project with Copeam, and Copeam made a series of episodes. We will talk about it a little later, and this solution helps you translate audio and general natural sounding voices from text and streamline your workflow with collaborative editing. So it's really helping you dubbing all your content. And if there's music, it will put the music into one place, and you will be able to mute the music and then have the translation and work with it. It's really a great tool for the one that are interested in dubbing their content. Abstract News, we had Marvin a little earlier, who is doing monitoring for Radio Newsroom. We have AI Media, which instantly translate your live broadcast into multiple languages with Lexi Voice. We have Cloud.Rec. Cloud.Rec is really interesting for radiostation.io. Is an all-in-one radio logging and AI platform that helps stations record, archive, and search and analyze their broadcast. So it's an AI tool that is really simple to use, and it makes logging very, very simple. Win Media, we had Win AI a little earlier. And the last is Selector Cloud AI, which will be released in April 2026. Zeta Cloud, which offers a full cloud-based radio playout system totally in the cloud. You don't need to have all those equipment that you usually have on a radio station. Everything is on the cloud. Well, if it's on the cloud, it means that it's anywhere somewhere else, and you still have some equipment. So Benjamin, to come back to this open source AI, just 2 words about open source and why is it different from the AI that we hear of every day?
Yeah, so the most important thing about open source is that basically you can obviously see the source code, you can download it. Both OpenRAG and Lin2 are available on GitHub, same for Castopod. The important thing here is that it's the license, that you are allowed to use it as you want to. You can host it wherever you want to in any country. So of course, we host everything in France with French companies. And these days, in the geopolitical context, it's become very important to know where your data is stored and who has access to it. We've seen in the past that Microsoft is not able to protect the data from the US government. So this is where open source has become a very important part of the game. This is like almost the only way to be sure that your data is safe and that what you're producing won't end up in some data sets to train another AI model or stuff like that.
Yeah, because we see how much, I mean, just for us, which is a B2B website, we see how many AI search engine and bots are coming to your website and just drinking all your content, and this is something that we have to watch out. So the open source allows you to download those. GitHub is, for those who don't know GitHub, maybe it's a place where you can download resources and then with the AI, you can easily now install all those stuff. Before it was kind of tricky to install all those GitHub. So you had to be a bit developer. Now with maybe ChatGPT and all those AIs, it helps you to install very easily all those solutions. Benjamin.
Yeah, for sure. But let's be honest here. Installing stuff like Linto is not something that you can do on a weekend and have it up and running, because it requires a huge amount of resources, GPUs, etc. I told before that Linto is being used at the European Parliament and the European Commission for thousands of streams. Dozens of thousands of streams. Of course, don't expect to be able to install that on the laptop and have it running to be able to use it the next day. So, which is why at Linagora we also offer SaaS services so that you can subscribe and you just within minutes you have the service up and running, just like we did today for this event. Of course, we did not install it. We use some resources that we already had installed so that we can have it up and running, and everything is done in France here. So you know that everything that we're saying here won't be used to train another model.
Yeah, and what is interesting with this your system as well is that after the live you get the transcript. Do you recognize the speakers, or is it something that can be added later? Because it's always hard when different people are talking. When you make a transcript of it, you don't know who talked.
Yeah, the diarization is something that we've been working on also for years, and it works. The thing is, in order to be very efficient, you have to get a voice print of every speaker before the actual event, and this has you need to get consent from all the speakers, because of course we have GDPR and stuff like that. So the problem here is not that much technical, but regulation issue.
Yeah, a regulation issue. Okay, Benjamin, you can stay with us. We have a guest in the studio here, Sarah, who is with us.
Jean-François.
Are we switching to French?
I think we switch to French, and so
yeah, it's better for me. Thank you very much.
Jean-François Potier will talk about Nostalgie Belgium.
Nostalgie Belgium. Jean-François, bienvenue dans cette journée mondiale de la radio. Est-ce qu'il y a des choses spéciales pour la journée mondiale de la radio sur Nostalgie?
Alors, on fait très simple parce que la journée mondiale de la radio, c'est important pour nous, professionnels, bien sûr, avant tout. Mais je pense que d'abord, il faut être tourné vers les auditeurs et pas nécessairement sur notre nombril. Alors, à l'antenne, nous, on offre aujourd'hui des radios DAB+, puisque c'est une des technologies pour nous écouter demain. Voilà, écoutez vos oreilles.
Je montre, pour ceux qui veulent, je montre le petit pins que j'ai eu hier, puisqu'on a organisé un événement à Bruxelles sur les enjeux du DNA, de ce Digital Network Act, dans lequel on veut que la radio ait une importance. Et c'est maradio.be avec l'oreille l'oreille. La nouvelle campagne de communication d'ailleurs de maradio.be
Exactement.
qui est en place pour la promotion du DAB+, notamment, et de la radio dans son ensemble.
Et de la radio dans son ensemble, parce qu'on sait évidemment que c'est une qualité énorme, c'est le confort d'écoute, et que ça passe évidemment par là, et tout cet ensemble de digitalisation. Alors évidemment, le DAB+, c'est une des voies de la digitalisation de la radio, mais c'est une voie importante aujourd'hui. Il y a énormément encore de personnes qui nous écoutent en FM classique, qui ne permet pas nécessairement de passer partout, même si on est un petit territoire et qu'on est un plat pays, on a quand même un peu de relief. Et le DAB+, voilà, c'est une des voies qui permet de consolider l'avenir du média, j'ai envie de dire.
Le hertzien, cette technologie que vous pouvez justement recevoir gratuitement, anonymement, et ça, c'est un des atouts de la radio. On l'a vu notamment en Espagne quand il y a eu ce blackout.
Exactement. Oui.
À quel point c'est important d'avoir du hertzien. Aujourd'hui, Nostalgie, ça a le vent en poupe.
Ah bah, Nostalgie se porte très très bien.
Mais les gens vieillissent.
Ah oui,
alors la population vieillit.
C'est le secret du succès.
Je pense que c'est comme en France, la radio musicale qui va dépasser Énergie, c'est Nostalgie.
Alors, je dirais oui et non. La population vieillit, oui, mais en fait, on est étonné de voir qu'il y a énormément de trentenaires qui nous écoutent de plus en plus.
Mais oui, parce que TikTok, il y a plein de chansons des années 80. Mes gamins, ils chantent des chansons des années 80 et tu
TikTok,
dis,
les séries Netflix, Stranger Things a fait beaucoup plus pour la musique des années 80 que plein de radios réunies.
Kate Bush, évidemment.
Là, entre autres, et c'est vrai que moi, je vois avec mes enfants, j'ai 2 enfants qui ont 15 et 18 ans, et en fait, eux écoutent la musique que moi, j'écoutais quand j'étais enfant, voire même la musique de mes propres parents. Or, quand j'avais leur âge, j'écoutais pas la musique de mes grands-parents.
Non.
C'était Tino Rossi, c'était Luis Mariano, j'écoutais pas vraiment. Donc,
ça va avec le vintage qui revient quand même. Ma fille, elle est fan de Billie Eilish et elle a des vinyles.
Ouais.
J'ai dit, mais qu'est-ce que tu fais? C'est simplement pour afficher dans sa chambre, c'est pas du tout pour les écouter.
Non, mais c'est un objet.
L'objet. Alors la cassette n'est pas encore revenue.
Non, mais il y a des tentatives.
Mais il y a des tentatives.
Oui, mais enfin bon. Non, on n'y est pas encore. Alors, aujourd'hui, la thématique de la Journée mondiale de la radio, c'est l'intelligence artificielle.
Oui.
Comment est-ce que, avec Nostalgie, vous voyez cette intelligence artificielle? Comment vous l'utilisez et quelles sont les limites que vous voyez?
Alors, l'intelligence artificielle, on a assez rapidement décidé d'y avoir recours, en tout cas de l'intégrer dans nos programmes, dans nos réflexions, parce qu'on sait tous très bien que ce qu'on ne peut pas éviter, il faut l'embrasser. Et donc, l'intelligence artificielle, c'est quelque chose que beaucoup d'entre nous utilisons, même parfois, comme dirait l'autre, à l'insu de notre plein gré. Et elle est forcément partie prenante aujourd'hui dans le monde de la radio. Et donc, on a décidé de jouer avec, tout en la gardant sous un contrôle humain. Pour moi, l'intelligence artificielle a un intérêt, elle est pertinente à partir du moment où il y a une plus-value qui est apporté vis-à-vis du travail humain, et que l'être humain doit rester au centre en fait de la réflexion, quoi qu'il en soit. Donc aujourd'hui, l'intelligence artificielle vient apporter des réalités augmentées. Alors on avait commencé avec notre première animatrice, Mamilia, qui avait fait une saison que nous avons gentiment rangée dans sa chambre à l'EHPAD après une première saison. Mais c'est vrai que là, c'était effectivement déjà de l'utilisation d'intelligence artificielle avec énormément de travail, d'écriture notamment de la part des équipes derrière. Donc c'était pas nécessairement de la facilité. C'était pas quelque chose qu'on s'est dit tiens, on va mettre une animatrice virtuelle parce que ça coûte moins cher. Bien au contraire, cette émission coûtait beaucoup plus cher que d'autres émissions. Mais c'était un laboratoire, ça permettait de s'amuser et de voir qu'est-ce qu'on pouvait faire. Et puis on s'est rendu compte qu'après une saison de Mamilia, en fait, l'intelligence artificielle va tellement vite que mamie était vraiment déjà devenue une vraie mamie, c'est-à-dire plus totalement dans l'air du temps. Et donc, on a décidé de lancer ce qu'on appelle le labo Nostalgie. C'est tous les jours entre midi et 13h sur Nostalgie, en semaine. Alors, c'est très simple. Vous vous inscrivez sur nostalgie.be et vous répondez à une série de questions qui n'ont absolument rien à voir avec la musique.
D'accord.
Alors, vous vous demandez où vous avez fait vos études, quel genre d'études vous avez faites, quel était votre mood quand vous étiez enfant, et puis ça a été quoi votre parcours de vie, en gros. On va évidemment demander plus ou moins les dates de naissance aussi pour avoir une idée des périodes qu'on a traversées. Les premiers souvenirs musicaux évidemment aussi, mais on ne va jamais demander une chanson en particulier. Et puis on met tout ça dans un logiciel d'intelligence artificielle qui va concocter une vraie playlist personnalisée qui retrace le parcours de vie de notre auditeur ou de notre auditrice.
Donc c'est de l'appli, je me disais que vous allez créer une chanson d'après les réponses qu'ils ont données avec Suno, ce fameux logiciel où on met des datas et on fait une chanson. C'est ce qu'ils font en Russie avec une station. Ils ont un jeu qui est assez original. J'en parlais avec Thierry Chamou qui est un de ceux qui dirigent les plus grosses stations à Moscou. C'est marrant d'ailleurs, c'est un Français qui dirige des stations à Moscou. Et eux, on font un jeu qui est assez simple, c'est qu'ils vont prendre avec l'IA en fait une chanson, ils vont changer la musique, mais ils vont garder les paroles.
Ouais.
Et les auditeurs doivent trouver quelle est la chanson. Eh ben, c'est pas si simple que ça.
Alors, c'est pas simple du tout. Alors, on a essayé, nous, de le faire de manière, cet exercice-là, de manière, j'ai envie de dire, manuelle, avec les outils classiques de prod. On n'y est pas arrivé.
Ouais.
Par contre, ce qu'on a fait il y a pas longtemps, c'est qu'on a déstructuré des chansons comme ça en les faisant interpréter en yodel. Parce qu'on voulait offrir des séjours à la montagne. Et donc, Libertine de Mylène Farmer en yodel ou Joe le taxi, c'est totalement une autre expérience d'écoute.
Ouais, d'accord.
C'est tout à fait autre chose.
C'est pas mal
donc
aussi.
voilà, on joue avec ce genre de choses. Là, c'est vraiment anecdotique, c'est pour s'amuser, pour une opération bien classique. Je reviens un peu au Labo Nostalgie. L'idée, là, vraiment, c'est que le travail des programmateurs derrière, de nos programmateurs musicaux, va rester exactement le même que si il n'y avait pas eu cet outil d'intelligence artificielle. Sauf qu'en fait, ils sont guidés par le parcours de vie de l'auditeur et ça devient l'espace d'une heure, ça devient son émission à lui, sa playlist à lui. Et évidemment, à partir de là, on a déjà plein d'autres idées de déclinaison potentielles, puisqu'on sait que demain, on devra, c'est un des défis de la radio de demain, s'adresser autant au plus grand nombre qu'au plus petit et qu'à la personne elle-même, quand on va casser le côté linéaire de la radio.
Dans les 13 idées pour célébrer la journée mondiale de la radio, il y a beaucoup d'idées qu'on donne aussi aux stations pour qu'elles puissent en parler aux auditeurs de cette IA. Est-ce que c'est des choses que vous faites ? Alors avec Mamie, je pense que c'était le cas, puisque il y avait eu des retours. Quels sont les retours des auditeurs ? Est-ce que aussi il y a un enseignement à partager aux auditeurs, bien sûr en interne, à l'utilisation des outils, et ça serait intéressant de savoir quels outils vous utilisez. Est-ce qu'il y a des organisations, on parle de workflow, on va prendre des termes français, des organisations spécifiques que vous donnez comme consigne à vos équipes ici en interne ? Alors première question, les auditeurs, et deuxième, en interne, est-ce que vous dites, c'est comme ça qu'il faut travailler quand vous faites telle chose, parce que les outils vous permettent de gagner du temps ou de vous augmenter. Donc, première question, les auditeurs.
Alors, pour les auditeurs, oui, parce que par exemple, toujours pour ce Labo Nostalgie, on a pris le pari de demander aux auditeurs, en fin d'émission, ce qu'ils avaient pensé du parcours musical auquel ils avaient eu droit. Donc, c'est risqué, parce qu'ils pourraient très bien nous dire, non, moi, je ne me suis pas retrouvé du tout. Alors, les réactions sont juste incroyables. Hier, nous avions une auditrice qui pleurait à la fin de son parcours musical. Donc, comme la radio, c'est aussi des émotions, on le sait bien. Là, pour le coup, on est en plein dedans. Et je vous avoue que on est derrière la radio, on écoute et on a les poils, en fait. Parce que on se rend compte qu'on a touché, mais vraiment, complètement. Et on se rend compte qu'on a touché au cœur de notre métier, au cœur de ce qu'on veut faire passer comme message. Et là, on a réussi notre journée. Et on sait qu'on a rendu cette auditrice très heureuse. Et même si on n'est pas concerné directement par cette playlist, on découvre avec plaisir des morceaux qu'on avait parfois oubliés ou qui permettent aussi de se raccrocher nous-mêmes à nos propres souvenirs. Donc c'est vraiment une expérience intéressante parce que c'est vrai que l'a priori de l'intelligence artificielle est globalement assez négative dans la population. Il y a beaucoup de levées de boucliers.
Par manque de
connaissances
parce
en fait,
que,
et d'explications, en fait, clairement. Et là, pour le coup, c'est vraiment utiliser cet outil-là pour le bien personnel qui devient potentiellement après le bien commun. Alors pour ce qui est des équipes, en fait l'intelligence artificielle arrive petit à petit de manière très naturelle dans le processus de travail, notamment avec les équipes de production, donc qui s'occupent de tout ce qui est habillage, tout ce qui est production des jeux.
Vous faites de l'habillage
On fait une partie d'habillage nous-mêmes, donc on travaille avec 21 juin, qui est notre prestataire numéro 1.
Eric Renard.
Avec Eric Renard. Mais à côté de ça, on a aussi des petites déclinaisons, de petites choses qu'on utilise via l'intelligence artificielle.
Ouais, donc donc c'est de l'utilisation. Thierry Chamou de Moscou me disait qu'il avait carrément remplacé sur une de ses stations rétro FM la globalité de son habillage par l'intelligence artificielle. Est-ce que c'est quelque chose que vous imaginez ?
Alors peut-être pas tout de suite.
Je dis pas ça pour Eric Renard qui nous regarde peut-être parce qu'il va pas être content.
Moi, je le vois davantage comme un complément possible, mais qui ne le remplacera pas. J'en veux pour un exemple. Ce matin, en fait, les équipes de prod m'ont envoyé 5 tests faits avec Suno pour remplacer un habillage existant, qui est un habillage organique, en tout cas pour venir le remplacer ou l'updater. Et en fait, on n'y est pas. Très vite, on se rend compte quand même qu'il y a quelques petites limites. Ça sonne plus flat, en fait. C'est beaucoup moins riche, moins... Voilà. Moi, je suis pas musicien, mais je sais mettre des mots sur mes impressions. Et là, on n'y est pas vraiment. Donc,
est-ce qu'on en parlait hier, des statistiques qui disent que 97% des gens ne peuvent pas ne peuvent pas faire la différence entre une musique IA et une musique non IA sans savoir si c'en est ou si c'en est pas. Est-ce que c'est pas aussi ce phénomène-là de se dire que l'IA, on sait que c'est généré par de l'IA et donc inconsciemment on a cette pensée, non, c'est pas exactement, mais si on le savait pas et si 21 juin peut-être donnait ce genre de truc et disait rien, on se dirait ah ouais, c'est bien. Est-ce qu'il n'y a pas ce côté-là ? Parce que les statistiques, ça a été annoncé hier par la Commission européenne, 90% des gens sont incapables de reconnaître une chanson et avec les 40 000 titres qui sont envoyés maintenant sur la plupart des plateformes, dont Spotify,
Bien
même
sûr.
s'ils essayent d'en enlever, les gens n'arrivent pas à faire la différence.
Alors, oui, je pense qu'effectivement, il y a un côté, je le sais, donc fatalement, mon écoute va être un peu tronquée, c'est possible. Maintenant, je me suis effectivement, moi, déjà fait avoir, parce que je suis aussi responsable musical ici, je reçois les nouveautés des artistes, et j'ai un jour entendu un morceau produit en Belgique, je dis waouh, c'est vachement bien, et puis la personne me dit, ben voilà, c'était de l'IA. Donc là, je l'ai eu un peu mauvaise de m'être fait...
Ça calme.
Un peu d'humilité, de temps en temps, ça fait du bien. Mais non, c'était là pour le coup. Aujourd'hui, je pense que quand on est professionnel et qu'on est dedans tout le temps, l'oreille finit par être un tout petit peu attirée parce que c'est quelque part, parfois, c'est trop lisse. Ce qui est génial avec l'être humain, c'est qu'il n'est pas lisse et qu'il peut faire des erreurs, qu'il peut commettre des choses qui sont un petit peu en dents de scie. L'IA, c'est parfois un peu trop propre.
Oui, alors c'est propre, mais on peut aussi travailler en tant que prompteur, puisque c'est ce nouveau métier qui est le contrôle des IA et comment arriver à dire les choses de telle manière qu'on puisse avoir le résultat qu'on veut. Est-ce que c'est pas la nouvelle création de demain ? Et on a vu la vidéo hier qui est parue pour pas les nommer, de 2 acteurs qui se battent l'un contre l'autre en vidéo et qui sont complètement fake.
Oui.
Là, on est à un point où c'est vraiment très impressionnant et je pense que ce sera la même chose en musique et ça, c'est une compétence pour des créateurs. Et en cinéma qui permet de pouvoir véritablement produire des choses qu'on n'aurait jamais pu produire en tant que simple créatif, où il a une idée, il veut faire des choses.
C'est l'horizon de tous les possibles, c'est ce qu'on a envie de se dire.
Et c'est pareil en musique, c'est pareil en création. Donc est-ce que c'est pas le nouvel outil créatif de demain ?
Ça le sera, certainement. Maintenant, à voir jusqu'où le public, les téléspectateurs, les auditeurs, les gens qui vont au cinéma auront envie d'avoir ce côté fake, même s'il ressemble très fort à la réalité, jusqu'où on aura envie d'être sur un spectacle
virtuel,
qui en fait est totalement virtuel. Ouais, je crois que c'est ça en fait. La vraie limite sera là en fait, dans la limite de l'acceptation globale. Ouais. Moi, je crois fondamentalement qu'à un moment donné, il y a beaucoup de phénomènes qui l'ont montré comme ça, c'est-à-dire que c'est une espèce de parabole, on va très très haut et puis après logiquement l'équilibre se rétablit avec
les gens ont besoin de se positionner, de prendre le temps de se positionner pour pouvoir dire ah ben non, en fait moi ce que je veux c'est de l'humain.
Je veux pas que ça aille jusque là, je veux bien une réalité augmentée, je veux bien un peu d'aide, je veux bien que ça soit enjolivé, mais pas jusqu'au fait qu'à un moment donné ça soit totalement surréaliste, je pense.
Le Made by Human va être incontournable, je pense.
Je pense.
Le label Made by Human.
Je pense.
En parlant de Human,
j'y crois, en tout cas.
On a un autre Human dans le studio qui est avec nous. Peut-être, on va l'inviter. Et puis il y a Basile qui est avec nous et qu'on va inviter dans quelques minutes. Juste après cet invité, Basile, restez avec nous. On va vous mettre en air dans pas longtemps. Merci beaucoup, Bonne continuation.
Avec plaisir, merci beaucoup. À très bientôt.
À bientôt.
De retour dans nos studios.
Ah ben oui, je reviendrai. Avec qui sommes-nous, Sarah
Alors, on accueille à nouveau une personne qui fait partie du NGroup et qui travaille au marketing, qui est la tête pensante du marketing chez nous, c'est Jean-Pierre Crémer. Bonjour.
Bonjour. La tête pensante, beaucoup de qualificatifs, mais voilà, donc très heureux d'être...
Le boss, si tu préfères.
Bon, ça c'est encore plus... je ne suis que le coordinateur de toute une équipe qui a beaucoup de talent.
Tout à fait.
Alors justement, ces équipes qui ont beaucoup de talent aujourd'hui, dans ces... ce qu'on en parlait tout à l'heure, des workflows, de l'organisation générale du travail, l'IA, est-ce que ça a changé la donne? Là, ça fait quoi? Ça fait 2-3 ans que véritablement ça pénètre dans les stations. On entendait un peu parler. Maintenant, on a des outils qu'on utilise et on a du mal à s'en passer. C'est aussi le cas aujourd'hui pour...
Tous nos métiers sont impactés, c'est clair. Et on l'utilise au meilleur escient. À meilleur escient, c'est-à-dire que on sait que l'IA a ses limites. Pour nous, l'important est de garder l'humain au centre et de garder une place à cette âme qui doit faire partie de notre métier. Donc l'IA est utilisée comme un outil, comme un exhausteur de ce qu'on pourrait faire, comme un fluidificateur, mais on se tient vraiment à ce qu'elle ne garde qu'une place d'adjuvant et pas d'acteur principal. De toute façon, on vient d'avoir une discussion super intéressante là maintenant avec JF. Je pense qu'à un certain moment, les choses se ressentent. Par un certain aspect aseptisé. On l'a vu beaucoup. Il y a des réactions et des auditeurs et des spectateurs. Toute la polémique qu'il y a eu autour du spot Intermarché avec le loup est super intéressante parce qu'effectivement, ça a été vraiment le révélateur d'un moment où les gens ont vraiment envie de retrouver quelque chose d'authentique. La polémique parce que autant ce spot a plu, autant la version pure IA qu'un fameux fast-food avait fait en parallèle a déplu. Et pour nous, tout ça, ce sont des signaux d'alerte super importants de ce qu'on peut faire, de ce qu'on veut faire et de où se situe la limite pour qu'on continue à pouvoir faire notre métier de manière authentique.
Alors justement, c'est quoi les enjeux aujourd'hui pour vous qui est en charge de la partie parce que la radio est un média vivant, un média qui est capable de rebondir. Je pense qu'ici à NGroup, vous faites partie de ceux avec Kim Baines qu'on salue et qui nous regarde peut-être de son lit parce qu'il est un peu malade avec la grippe qui se balade. Vous faites partie de ceux qui prenez le plus de risques et qui essayez d'avoir une agilité. Comment est-ce que ça se traduit justement en termes de marketing, cette agilité-là? Est-ce que c'est un média aujourd'hui qui est facile à vendre et facile à engager pour les marques?
C'est un média fascinant et donc non, il n'est pas facile à vendre. Mais on sait qu'à partir du moment où on y injecte tout ce qui va faire ce qui représente la vie de notre auditeur, ce qui le rend central, on va pouvoir travailler sur des axes et sur des leviers qui trouveront un certain répondant.
Et on en parlait aussi, acheter du méta, c'est simple. Acheter de la radio, on ne peut pas le faire en 2 clics.
Non.
Il y a une solution à ça? Comment est-ce qu'on peut adresser? On était avec Thierry Mars tout à l'heure de l'ECTA, du World Radio Alliance. On sait qu'ils travaillent sur des solutions pour que... et en plus, aujourd'hui, avec les technologies qu'on a, avec les IA, avec la simplicité de pouvoir développer des plateformes qui nous permettraient, en un clic, d'acheter de la publicité sur la FM, sur le DAB. Le digital, ça se fait. On sait qu'aujourd'hui, c'est assez simple de pouvoir acheter, mais il n'y a pas de plateforme simple.
Non, et puis ce n'est pas un système agnostique. On se rend compte que très souvent, quand on discute avec nos partenaires médias, qui sont des gens aussi très talentueux et qui font leur métier du mieux qu'ils peuvent et du mieux en fonction des outils dont ils disposent, on se rend compte que très souvent la technologie passe par là et que lors de la confection d'un plan média, ils vont utiliser certains outils d'intelligence artificielle et ces outils sont teintés de leurs créateurs et donc vont promouvoir certaines plateformes par rapport à d'autres. On doit jouer avec cette réalité-là.
Ouais, ça c'est la publicité aussi qui commence à sortir le bout de son nez dans ces IA avec des accords. C'est tout un univers. Est-ce que la radio, pour finir, et puis on va accueillir Basile, et on a aussi une personne de Radio Alliance qui nous a rejoint dans le studio, dans le bac. Bonjour à la Radio Alliance et à Basile. On va vous mettre à l'antenne très vite. Aujourd'hui, c'est quoi le challenge que vous voyez, le plus gros challenge qui est actuellement pour la radio?
Il est double. D'une certaine manière, on doit continuer à faire vivre la radio pour les gens qui sont amoureux de la radio, qui l'ont consommée toujours de cette manière très naturelle. De la vivre au quotidien, d'y puiser de l'inspiration, du divertissement, du sens. Et à côté de ça, on doit pouvoir aussi se réinventer et trouver une manière de sortir de ce fil linéaire et de rencontrer des auditeurs qui nous consomment d'une autre manière, à la demande, en fonction d'un certain contexte, en fonction d'un certain moment, et qui auront à un certain moment envie de consommer de l'information, du contenu, des émissions telles que celles qu'on est en train de faire ici, et de décider du moment où ils veulent le faire. Et nous, on doit trouver la manière de faire une association intelligente entre ces deux mondes-là.
Et ouais, la radio est devenue liquide et c'est difficile de faire passer les fluides par tous les biais parce que ça demande aussi de l'énergie, ça demande de la ressource humaine et puis un peu d'argent aussi.
C'est le nerf de la guerre.
Merci beaucoup d'être passé nous faire un petit coucou pour cette journée mondiale de la radio. On enchaîne, Sarah. Alors, on va peut-être accueillir Basile qui est quand même avec nous et puis on enchaîne juste après avec un autre humain, une humaine même. Et on essaye d'avoir Basile. Basile, est-ce que vous êtes avec nous, Basile? Bonjour, Basile.
Je suis là.
Ah, avec un beau micro, Basile.
Oui.
C'est très gentil de passer nous voir pour cette journée mondiale de la radio. Est-ce que vous pouvez nous expliquer qui vous êtes et comment est-ce que vous célébrez la journée mondiale de la radio de votre côté?
Alors moi, je fais de la radio depuis les années 90-91, où j'ai eu la chance en 91 de travailler pour Énergie, pour le groupe Énergie, qui n'était pas encore un grand groupe, qui était déjà une belle radio. Et depuis très nombreuses années, je fais de la web radio, où j'ai monté une radio qui s'appelait Radio Pâté, Fréquence Geek. Et il y a
Radio
5 ans,
Pâté, c'était pas la plus jambon des radios?
c'était la plus jambon des radios, qui avait été une radio pirate sur Montpellier dans les années 90. Et avec mon ami Jean-Michel Vanden, nous avons remonté sur le web en 2002.
Ouais, c'est ça. Non, mais Radio Pâté, la plus jambon des radios.
la plus jambon des radios.
Ah non, mais Sarah, c'est énorme quand même. La
trouve ça
plus
génial.
jambon des radios. Basile, donc aujourd'hui, la journée mondiale de la radio, ça représente quoi pour vous? D'abord, le média radio, c'est une passion, c'est quelque chose qui vous anime. Et est-ce que vous avez fait des choses spéciales pour cette journée?
Alors, spécial, j'ai monté une radio parce que l'année dernière, au mois de juin l'année dernière, j'ai fait un AVC. Et ce qui m'a empêché de continuer de faire de la radio normalement. Et au début d'année, cette année, j'ai décidé de remonter une radio qui s'appelle IA16, qui est une radio qui est 100% faite avec l'aide de l'intelligence artificielle.
Ah, alors, comment ça marche? Expliquez-nous ça.
Alors, comment ça marche? Ça veut dire que les jingles, l'habillage d'antenne a été fait grâce à Suno et ChatGPT.
Ouais, on en parlait tout à l'heure de Suno et du fait qu'on peut faire des choses sympas, mais que ça manque peut-être un peu d'âme, un peu de. Mais bon, ça peut le faire.
Ça progresse.
Ça progresse.
Ça progresse. Les rubriques sont faites avec Notebook LM, qui est un langage machine de Google qui permet de faire des podcasts presque comme de vrais, comme des vrais podcasts avec un animateur et une animatrice.
C'est-à-dire que vous donnez en fait du contenu ou un PDF ou un document et il va générer une voix femme, une voix homme et ça fait comme si on avait une émission avec des gens qui enchaînent, qui parlent comme s'ils étaient donc vous publiez donc vous les générez et ensuite vous les programmez sur un logiciel. Vous utilisez quoi comme logiciel pour
Alors, j'utilise Open Radio de Audio Recherche.
Ah oui, Audio Research, qui est un logiciel français et qui n'est pas forcément très très connu, mais qui fonctionne bien, la preuve.
Oui, qui a le mérite de fonctionner très bien même et de faire une vraie programmation comme pour une radio nationale ou un réseau local.
Ouais, ça coûte cher aujourd'hui d'utiliser l'IA pour. On est obligé d'avoir des abonnements à ces IA si on veut faire quelque chose de sérieux.
Alors, à mon niveau, ça ne coûte pas très très cher non plus. C'est l'abonnement ChatGPT à 20 € par mois. Notebook LM, pour l'instant, c'est la version gratuite. J'ai Eleven Lab, qui est une version payante qui me permet de faire les flash informations et qui m'a permis de faire les jingles, les voix des jingles. Donc ça,
Est-ce qu'on
pareil,
fait attention à l'éthique quand on est une web radio et qu'on génère tout avec de l'IA? C'est-à-dire, est-ce qu'on fait attention aux voix qu'on utilise? Est-ce que c'est que des voix synthétiques ou est-ce que c'est des voix clonées que vous avez pris quelque part? Ou est-ce que vous y faites attention à ça?
Alors, c'est que des voix synthétiques qui sont en libre service sur Eleven Lab. Et effectivement, j'essaye de pas, j'ai pas pris par exemple la voix de Richard Darbois pour faire l'habillage.
Ouais, d'accord, ok. Donc il n'y a pas eu de. Ouais, faut faire attention à cette éthique. C'est un peu l'objet de la journée mondiale de la radio, des 13 idées qu'on vous propose sur le site de l'UNESCO. N'hésitez pas à aller faire un petit tour, à voir les 13 idées que je pourrais vous montrer tout à l'heure si on n'a pas d'intervenant. Mais on a un autre intervenant qui est là et puis une intervenante qui est dans le studio. On va juste passer la parole rapidement parce que j'ai vu que ça a eu des problèmes de connexion avec Radio Alliance. Bonjour, est-ce que vous nous entendez, Radio Alliance?
Oui, bonjour, je vous entends très bien.
Bon, super. Alors, présentez-vous et puis dites-nous ce que vous faites pour la radio. Et puis après, on ira voir du côté de notre studio puisqu'on a une invitée avec nous. C'est à vous.
Alors, nous sommes donc une radio associative sur Nîmes, en Occitanie, sud de la France. Et c'est une radio qui existe depuis 25 ans, qui est une radio généraliste, radio de territoire. Sur le territoire nîmois. Et pour la journée de la radio, on s'est engagé à faire toute une journée avec à la fois intergénérationnel, puisque le matin, pendant 2 heures, on a travaillé avec des étudiants pour imaginer la radio de demain. Quel est l'avenir de la radio? Puis ensuite, une sorte d'atelier ouvert au public et animé par nos équipes pour initier les participants aux techniques de base, les interviews, le montage, le fonctionnement, en fait, à la fois le travail sur la voix et le travail journalistique. Et enfin, donc là, à partir de 16h, là, ça a démarré un blind test musical intergénérationnel, un jeu en ligne et sur la bande FM. Voilà. Et puis surtout, on s'engage énormément dans tout ce qui est éducation aux médias et à l'information.
Alors justement, on en parlait des jeunes tout à l'heure avec Sarah et avec nos invités. C'est pas forcément très facile d'engager les jeunes. Est-ce que vous avez des jeunes qui viennent taper à la porte de la radio associative encore pour faire de la radio?
Oui, encore hier, 2 jeunes en formation.
Mais comment
BTS.
vous faites? Nous, en Corrèze, on n'y arrive pas. Ils viennent pas frapper à la porte. Et pourtant, on a un truc qui s'appelle Podcast et Radio House et ils viennent même pas frapper à la porte.
Mais il va nous délivrer le secret.
Non, mais c'est incroyable. Alors, comment est-ce que vous avez fait? Dites-moi.
En fait, c'est beaucoup le bouche à oreille. Et puis aussi, c'est tout le réseau. On accueille pas mal de stagiaires de la faculté, de l'université et aussi des services civiques qui viennent chez nous et qui, de bouche à oreille, en fait, font la promotion de notre station. Et on a comme ça réussi même à faire baisser le pourcentage d'auditeurs sur notre antenne, puisque c'est une radio qui était plutôt vieillissante. Et là, on a, dernière étude de médiamétrie, à peu près 35% des auditeurs qui ont moins de 30 ans.
Ah oui, donc ça aide vraiment à rajeunir l'antenne. Est-ce que vous leur donnez une liberté totale sur l'antenne? Justement, on en parlait aussi avec Sarah en déjeunant. Quelle liberté est-ce qu'on donne à des jeunes, à des influenceurs, pour pas trop être dans un format? Alors c'est plus facile en tant que radio associative qu'en tant que radio commerciale, parce que vous avez plus de liberté de donner un peu cette chance à des jeunes de faire les événements. Est-ce que vous partez sur des formats un peu plus long où vous laissez vraiment la liberté à ces jeunes sur l'antenne?
Alors, il y a un cadre, et ils s'engagent à respecter ce cadre. Et à partir de là, il y a 3 formats. Il y a le format 5 minutes, qui est une chronique rapide, que ce soit musicale, sur l'actualité sociale. Un format 30 minutes, Et puis un format plus long qui est en soirée, c'est plutôt musical, de 50 minutes. Voilà un peu. Et totale liberté, à condition de ne pas, disons, tomber dans des propos excessifs ou radicaux, c'est-à-dire toutes les questions concernant le racisme, l'exclusion, l'homophobie, tout cela est strictement interdit dans notre, dans notre station.
D'accord, donc c'est la limite à pas franchir.
Ah oui, ça fait partie de notre ADN qui est vraiment, on est très greffé sur les valeurs des droits de l'homme et de la République française.
Eh bien, merci beaucoup. Radio Alliance, c'est ça? Alliance Plus
C'est ça,
ou
Radio
Alliance?
Alliance Plus à Nîmes.
Alliance Plus anime radio associative catégorie A, c'est ça? Une radio.
Tout à fait.
Et on va bien entendu inviter Josefa. Josefa, I don't know if you speak English or French, but we can switch from English to French and Flirt FM that just arrived on the back of the studio. But before having Josefa and Flirt FM, on reste dans les studios de NGroup, Sarah, avec une nouvelle invitée.
Exactement, une de nos journalistes chez Nostalgie. Bonjour Leslie.
Bonjour à toutes, bonjour à tous.
Journaliste, mais ça existe encore à l'heure de l'IA?
Ah oui, ça existe encore. On n'est pas ici pour parler de l'IA, en tout cas pas avec moi, mais je vais vous parler justement de notre engagement citoyen. Parce que c'est vrai que.
Tu l'as échappé belle, hein?
Ah, on va désactiver le micro.
J'adore quand on a les coulisses des intervenants. Ça, c'est très, très drôle.
Bon, il est parti.
Mais donc oui, on va parler de nos engagements par rapport à la cause environnementale.
Environnementale et pas seulement, notre cause sociale aussi. C'est-à-dire que moi, je présente une chronique depuis une dizaine d'années qui s'appelle l'IA de l'idée, donc qui concerne tous les objectifs de développement durable. Donc ça concerne effectivement la lutte contre le réchauffement climatique, mais aussi la lutte contre les inégalités, plus de paix dans le monde, la santé mentale notamment, la solidarité. Et donc dans cette chronique, voilà, on accueille des associations, des entrepreneurs, des citoyens lambda qui essayent de faire un petit peu bouger les choses. Et de fil en aiguille, c'est vrai que cette sensibilité aux objectifs de développement durable qui sont finalement interreliés, m'a poussé à intégrer Necoteam il y a une dizaine d'années où on s'est posé la question, et voilà comment est-ce qu'on diminue notre empreinte, notre impact carbone, notamment ici.
Ah ouais, c'est pour ça qu'on parle pas d'IA alors.
Mais on peut faire le lien quand même sur un truc, si je puis me permettre, avec l'IA, c'est que souvent les gens qui utilisent l'IA au quotidien vont aller chercher les infos qu'on va retrouver par exemple dans l'IA de l'idée parce qu'ils ont besoin de liens avec le monde extérieur. Et finalement, c'est intéressant de se rendre compte que c'est aussi à la radio et surtout que ça se passe avec des journalistes qui font un travail d'aller chercher des choses vraies, d'être nos intermédiaires plus qu'une intelligence artificielle.
C'est ça, d'apporter une information constructive qui soit pas forcément anxiogène, qui demande aussi un petit peu de discernement. Et c'est comme ça qu'en fait, il y a 4 ans, on a décidé ici en interne de nommer non seulement une directrice RSE, donc responsabilité sociale d'entreprise, mais aussi de rédiger un rapport d'impact où on fait état justement de tout ce qu'on met en place, tant sur le plan environnemental que sur le plan humain, justement. Donc avec des grandes actions comme le Nostalgie Magic Tour, par exemple, où on va solliciter nos auditeurs et demander à nos auditeurs d'apporter des jouets pour des enfants dans des situations fragilisées. Tout ce qu'on met en place aussi au niveau numérique et notamment d'inclusion numérique. Donc comment faire en sorte que nos sites soient le plus inclusifs possible. Alors quand on parle d'inclusion, on pense toujours à l'accès aux personnes porteuses de handicap. Souvent on pense à des handicaps lourds, mais c'est comment par exemple créer des interfaces qui soient par exemple faciles à utiliser pour des personnes qui ont des troubles de l'attention tout simplement, qui sont très attentives ou sensibles aux différents contrastes. Donc il y a vraiment cette idée de l'inclusion, encore une fois, de réduction des inégalités qui est intégrée dans toute notre démarche.
Alors on peut quand même dire que là, sur le coup, l'intelligence artificielle, elle donne un sacré coup de main à la radio parce que jusqu'à maintenant, les contenus audio et audiovisuels étaient très mal, c'était très difficile d'y accéder pour les personnes qui n'entendent pas.
C'est vrai, n'entendent pas bien, effectivement, ou des personnes pour lesquelles, par exemple, un journaliste, je m'inclus dedans, parle trop vite, par exemple. Comment est-ce qu'on peut faire en sorte...
On a l'impression d'être sur le journal de...
Comment est-ce que, justement, un podcast, par exemple, peut être sous-titré naturellement pour que ce soit peut-être plus facilement audible ou accessible, justement, à des personnes qui auraient un petit peu de mal à suivre.
Et là c'est vrai qu'il y a sur le coup, et on le voit bien, on est en traduction simultanée grâce à l'IA. On a Josefa et Flirt FM qui nous écoutent. Ils veulent savoir ce qu'on dit. Ils vont sur redtech.pro, ils regardent, ils mettent la langue anglaise et immédiatement, ils ont en plus... il y a un tout petit décalage parce que ça ça prend le contexte de la phrase et ça traduit par rapport au contexte de la phrase. Donc il y a vraiment des atouts aujourd'hui à l'IA, mais je vous laisse continuer dans vos actions.
Non, mais voilà, tout simplement pour dire que l'idée, c'est d'embarquer vraiment tout le monde dans cette compréhension aussi des enjeux actuels. Je vous le disais, intégrer vraiment une information qui soit constructive dans un monde aussi qui devient, mais clairement, de plus en plus anxiogène. Comment est-ce qu'on peut un petit peu aussi apaiser les esprits? Tout ça, ça fait partie de cet engagement sociétal. Et alors, ce qu'on a aussi depuis 2023 maintenant, c'est un comité d'impact. Un comité d'impact qui est non seulement composé de personnes internes à la radio, mais aussi d'externes qui sont là pour démarcher finalement notre stratégie RSE. Donc se poser la question, ben voilà, ok, vous proposez ça, comment est-ce qu'on peut aller plus loin? Et ça aboutit à des initiatives très concrètes. On peut parler forcément de la publicité. Les débats qu'on a eus lors de ce comité d'impact a permis, par exemple, à une régie qui s'appelle RMB d'installer en son sein des Blue Minutes, donc des minutes suspendues. Vous connaissez le
Je connais le café suspendu parce que j'ai créé un tiers-lieu, donc je connais bien le concept des cafés suspendus.
Donc on rappelle justement le concept des cafés suspendus, c'est vous allez dans un café, vous payez 2 cafés, un pour vous, un pour quelqu'un d'autre. Et en fait maintenant, les régies publicitaires, grâce justement à cette réflexion qui a émergé ici dans les bureaux d'NGroup, se sont dit, ben voilà, on va proposer à nos annonceurs de proposer des minutes gratuitement à par exemple une association ou une entreprise d'économie sociale qui n'aurait pas forcément les sous pour une grosse campagne. Et bien justement, on va leur offrir un temps d'antenne avec nos propres sous. Et alors, il n'y a pas le label à la fin, ce spot vous est offert par tel ou tel grand groupe de distribution. Ça fait partie justement des engagements que peuvent prendre les radios et les annonceurs. Voilà, c'est ces engagements-là qu'ils peuvent prendre pour arriver finalement à un monde plus juste, plus solidaire, plus heureux.
Donc c'est plutôt bien perçu, toutes ces actions. Est-ce qu'il y a des
réticences en interne,
des irréductibles,
alors,
je m'en fous?
Il y a une chose, donc déjà, il y a une première chose, c'est que c'est extrêmement compliqué de faire comprendre qu'un rapport d'impact ou que l'impact, ça va au-delà de l'environnement. Donc ça, c'est la première chose. Donc c'est aussi la solidarité, c'est tout ce qu'on met en place. Et puis, par exemple, ce qu'on a mis en place au sein du comité d'impact, c'est aussi une charte voyage. Ça fait grincer des dents, on peut bien le dire ici en interne, en tout cas pour une série d'irréductibles, comme vous le disiez. La charte voyage, c'est quoi? C'est un code de conduite qui dit, ben voilà, nos valeurs, c'est de plus, en tout cas, encourager les voyages, par exemple, très polluants. Donc, en interne, voilà, sauf s'il y a vraiment une grosse exception qu'on ne peut pas faire autrement, vous allez prendre l'avion, mais sinon, vous allez prendre le train, vous allez prendre des transports en commun un petit peu plus respectueux de l'environnement, vous allez faire du covoiturage. Sinon, il y aura un budget, vous allez payer, entre guillemets, une amende que vous allez reverser au département RSE. Et ça va même plus loin. Donc, il y a cette réflexion-là qui est menée en interne.
C'est le 1 euro par gros mot.
Mais c'est très concret. Il faut que ce soit concret pour que ça fonctionne.
Et ça fonctionne aussi au niveau des dotations internes. C'est-à-dire que, par exemple, maintenant, on ne va plus envoyer à l'autre bout du monde ou dans une croisière pour les Caraïbes, aux Caraïbes, nos auditeurs. Donc, on va plutôt privilégier des voyages plus proches, de proximité, des chouettes expériences pour montrer que voilà, on peut aussi adopter des comportements éco-responsables, mais qui sont fun et ludiques.
Et c'est pas une punition au final quand on finit par expliquer comme tu es en train de le faire et adapter aussi, parce qu'en fait, c'est là où on devient créatif dans les équipes de se dire bon, bah, on va chercher des partenariats qui vont dans ce sens et on va en trouver qui sont tout aussi bien.
On crée des nouveaux récits en fait. Et ça a été dur parce que parfois voilà, il faut refuser certaines choses. Mais voilà, cette année, ça a créé un débat ici en interne. On a refusé un gros partenaire qui nous proposait d'emmener nos auditeurs à l'autre bout du monde pour goûter un menu. Et on a dit en fait, on ne refuse pas de travailler avec vous, pas du tout. On refuse juste de soutenir cette campagne-là parce qu'elle est contraire à nos valeurs. Maintenant, il y a des événements pour lesquels c'est un peu plus compliqué. On pense par exemple aux chasses aux œufs. Les chasses aux œufs, c'est du chocolat qu'on offre lors de la saison de Pâques. On est en Belgique, voilà, on peut pas faire une croix sur le chocolat. Mais alors, ce qu'on se dit, ok, c'est un impact carbone considérable. Effectivement, c'est un gros poste dans notre bilan carbone. Mais ce qu'on va faire, c'est qu'on va d'autant plus penser aux conditions de production. Et du coup, ça fait des années, je ne compte même plus, que le chocolat qui est distribué lors de nos chasses aux œufs, c'est du chocolat qui est 100% fair trade. Donc, on va vraiment tout le temps réfléchir aux conditions de production.
Nourrir le cercle vertueux.
Ok, absolument. On va accueillir nos invités Josepha, Flirt FM et Thomas Maubin qui sont connectés. Avant ça, c'est quoi la prochaine étape étape alors après le RSE, parce que c'est bien de faire ces projets-là et puis c'est motivant aussi.
La prochaine étape, c'est vraiment d'embarquer un maximum de monde avec nous, de sensibiliser, d'éduquer non seulement nos auditeurs, mais aussi toutes les parties prenantes qu'on est en train de cartographier, de créer toute une série de partenariats et vraiment de se dire on peut divertir, oui, avec sens, avec impact, en respectant les limites planétaires et en ne dépassant pas les planchers sociaux.
Et bien voilà, plein d'idées pour toutes celles et ceux qui nous écoutent. Ça fait 2h07 qu'on est en direct avec toutes ces opérations, tous ces gens qui viennent nous parler, bien sûr, d'IA, de radio, de passion, et on voit que de sens, et on voit que vous l'êtes. Bravo et d'impact, bien entendu. Merci beaucoup. On va peut-être accueillir Josepha. Josepha, I don't know if it's in English or in French. Josepha, welcome to the World Radio Day.
Hello there, everybody.
Hello.
And I'm afraid it is in English. My French.
Well, you don't have to be afraid. It's all fine with us. And you know, our partner, which is doing the live translation, is recognizing automatically if we're speaking English and then translate into French automatically. So if you're watching on redtech.pro or lalettre.pro for the French part, you will have the translation anyway. So we are very happy to welcome you. Tell us about you, Josepha. Who are you and how are you celebrating World Radio Day? Do you hear? Are you here, Josepha? Do you hear me?
Who am I and how am I? I hope you can hear me okay. We seem to have a little bit of internet disruption. Can I just check that you can still hear me okay?
Now you're back. Yeah, I was not able to hear you a little earlier, but now it's fine.
Excellent. Okay. So my name is Josepha Fawcett. I'm based here in the UK and I run JFI Radio. And I have to say to you right from the very beginning that it's not a radio station, it's a name. And I'm probably one of the very first early podcasters. I started this 11 years ago, before podcasting was really a bit of a thing. And one of the reasons I started it is as a qualified HR professional and trainer and facilitator. You can imagine, I like talking, and I was traveling the world for work. I've traveled all over the world in 42 countries, on 5 continents, 19 industries, all 5 economic sectors. I've been everywhere. And I started doing live podcasting from everywhere I went. And I gave myself the name JFI Radio as the brand. And it's continued ever since. So 11 years later, I'm still doing this. And I came on board with World Radio Day in 2015. So just 3-ish years after the start of all of this. And I started doing live broadcasts all throughout World Radio Day. Now, I don't do it every single year because other work got in the way, but I have managed to come back to it this year. In the early days, I was broadcasting live from my home studio every couple of hours, but I'm now doing just 5 live broadcasts.
Well, that's still a lot, and we see behind you have a lot of equipment. So you like the technical side also of the radio, which is a live podcast.
Very much so. Am I prepared to admit this for everyone to hear? I have a bit of a microphone fetish. I love microphones, all sorts of microphones. Yes, I can hear you giggling. I do love microphones. And because I'm self-taught, Philippe, I have learned how to do an awful lot of things. I've learned how to do the recording. I've learned how to do some post-production using a digital audio workstation. I've taught myself how to do all the graphics. I've taught myself how to get into Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Quite a few different things.
Yeah, I see that, and that's something that is amazing with audio. Is like it's a bit simpler than video. How are you using AI? And this is the topic of World Radio Day this year. Is AI something for you?
Yes, today the topic is on theme with UNESCO, all about radio and AI. And I've been sticking to this quite religiously with all of my posts. So the first couple of recordings, the first one was at 5 a.m. this morning in the UK.
Wow.
And that was for my colleagues over in Oceania and Asia, New Zealand and Australia. And I've just come back from New Zealand a couple of months ago speaking at a conference there. So that first one was about AI frameworks in higher education, because I'm a bit of a pracademic, so a little bit in industry and a lot in academia as well. And then at 9 a.m., I was talking about my 5-point AI readiness framework in action that I've been using in Spain with my Spanish university. And I just not long came off the 1 p.m., where I was actually talking about the UNESCO AI competency framework for teachers and students from the team led by Feng Chun over at UNESCO. And then the next one is at 4:30. And that's going to be practical leadership in the AI era. And the last one is at 9 p.m. And that's going to be the AI transformation nobody is talking about honestly. So, yeah, they're pretty exciting themes for each one.
Wow, that's an incredible program. So you're going to be on in 8 minutes, if I'm correct.
I'm an hour behind you, so an hour and 8 minutes.
Yeah, an hour and so you have some time. We're welcoming also Victor and Mobin, who just joined the studio, and Flirt FM, which is also with us. Mobin and Victor you will be on air right after Josefa and Flirt FM. Josefa, did it change really a lot the way you see radio, AI tools? Did you check the 10 AI tools that the World Radio Day, the technological partners that proposed the solutions, or not?
I haven't been through all of them, but I do use AI where I need to. So I use a variety of tools for transcription, which is really useful. I use AI. I'm a big Claude fan. So I use AI for executive summaries. Because I'm an educator, a lot of the things that I do need to have real learning value. So AI comes in so handy in that respect for executive summaries. It helps to fine tune some scripts, but I've just been talking about that on the last live, that you need to be really careful because of course the bias in AI, the inaccuracy. So the editor for that, I have started thinking about using AI to clean up some audio. I do all my own post-production using a product called Reaper, but I've also started working with PodSqueeze. And PodSqueeze is great for getting little tiny 30-second, 50-second shorts. And it's got AI capability for cleaning up audio sounds. So I am slowly starting to incorporate it in places. But I tell you, Philippe, one place that I will not use it, and that is to clone my voice, because my whole brand is about me being authentic and real, and not about me having an AI generated voice.
Well, I'm sure no AI will be able to replace you, Josefa. Thank you very much for all you're doing for this World Radio Day, which is really great. We're really happy to have your experience and how motivated you are with radio, with podcast, which is now a mixture, podcast and radio. It's the same family. So we're really happy to have you on our global live. And you can, of course, stay with us. If you are watching live and you are a lot to watch live, please You feel free to comment if you want to participate to this live by commenting. We can also put you on air by just commenting on. You have a small button with comments on the right side, on the top right,
I can
to
see
be able
it.
to
Yes.
to make some comments. So don't hesitate to comment. We'll try to display them during this live. We
And thank you
will
so
welcome.
much. Thank you
Yes.
so very much for having me on the show. I really, really appreciate it. And good luck with the rest of your show.
Thank you very much. It was a real pleasure, and I will go and listen to all the creations that you're doing for the World Radio, and don't hesitate to send me the links so we can look at that. And
Definitely.
hear that.
Thank you so much, Philippe.
Thank you, Josefa. Good luck. Have a nice day. Okay, I think we lost Josefa, the connection, and now we're welcoming. Before we're having someone on the studio with us again, but just before that, we're welcoming Flirt FM. Hello, Flirt FM. Is it what I think it is?
Like flirting?
Is it what I think it is? Flirt FM. Tell us all.
So, bonjour et bonne journée mondiale de la radio. And that is all of my French.
Bravo.
So it is the college radio station for Galway, which is in the west of Ireland. And I've got two very shy interns also on microphones here who might pop in later.
Hello.
Yeah, so we've been on the go
Oh,
for
so it's
3
real radio. It's like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
anonymous. They
Yeah,
prefer
so, like,
not
I'm
to
the one-
show themselves.
I love it
Wow.
so much.
Sarah is so happy about it.
Oh, yes, it's amazing.
I was the one that got the short straw and had to go on camera. So yeah,
You're brave.
especially on a Friday afternoon. This is also in addition to World Radio Day. It's also our Raise and Give Charity Week on campus. So all 19,000 students have done something for it. Might have donated to charity or might have just gone out to party. I'm not sure. Both. Yeah.
Wow, that's nice. So you are with two. We don't see them. Maybe they can present themselves and say who they are and
Who are you?
and what is radio for those two anonymous voices.
Well, I'm Baveen, and I just love the radio because it's kind of just giving an opportunity for voices that might not be heard every day, to have their own opportunity to speak.
And
So you're having your show?
Oh yeah.
Yes, I have my own show every week on a Monday at 1 if you want to tune in.
And it's in Irish. It's in it's in Gaeilge.
Oh, nice. Well, it's difficult for us.
Yeah. Well, we
Yeah.
have a live translation, so we can do that.
Live translation, but it's a lot about the music. So yeah.
Oh,
okay.
nice.
So it's music, and so very
Mystery
nice. And
person number 2.
Number 2.
Hello, I'm Katie, and I love the radio because, almost like what Baveen said, it gives everyone an opportunity. They have their own interests that they can show, especially here at Flirt FM. It's so heavily volunteer based, which is so beautiful because you can see such a community here. And I also just love editing and the sound of my own voice, so that's good too.
How old are you both?
I'm 22.
I'm 21.
And I'm not answering.
Okay. And because you're on video. Okay. No, but how about your friends when you talk about radio? What is their vision about radio? Is it something that is hype?
No, a lot of my friends are like, how do you speak on radio? Are you not scared? Are you not do you not have a bit of fear or anything like that? And I'm just like, no, I can't see anyone who's listening to me and they can't see me. So I don't feel that fear at all.
Is it still popular to listen to radio? Let's say before to reach 35 years old?
It's still a great chance to listen to new, in Flirt FM we play a lot of Irish music that wouldn't really be heard every day or on other social media, so it's still such a great opportunity to listen to new people that you probably wouldn't come across.
How long have you been doing that?
I've just started in the start of January, but Katie's been here for the whole year.
Yeah, and last year too.
Yeah.
And does it give you an envy to go on and to maybe do that as a job, or is it just a hobby?
No, I really like my time that I've been here so far, and I would love if I could do this in the future.
Yeah, I agree. I'd love to continue with radio for my big girl job.
Yeah, and
I have a question. Can
yeah.
I?
Go on.
Yeah, Sarah.
You guys are from Ireland, right?
Yes.
So on an island, actually, is it important to have a radio to connect to other people, since it's not so complicated to go from one side of the island to the other?
It depends on where, because our public transport's not that good. If you don't have a car, it's very difficult. Yeah.
So it's like very useful on a daily basis to have a local radio station.
Yeah, I think it's very important. As we've seen recently with huge storms, the internet has gone in places around the country. I know that some of your relatives would have lost internet for maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and they didn't have mobile phone reception. The only place they were getting information was from the local radio stations. Like Storm Éowyn was so bad for Ireland, and some people didn't have power for 10 days. So the last thing that they could do was listen to the radio to find out what was happening. And per capita, we have a lot more radio stations, I think, and the highest radio listenership still in Ireland. So it means that, like, obviously, I believe that people still really love it.
Yeah.
Even if, there's streaming music and there's podcasts, of course, but people still kind of fall back on it sometimes. Not as much, we're not going to lie, but people still have respect for it, I think. Yeah.
All right. Regarding the two anonymous ladies that are with us, how are you using AI? That's the topic of this World Radio Day. How important is AI for you, and are you using it for your radio shows that you're presenting?
I use ChatGPT just to add up my timings, just because I'm so bad at adding numbers, and especially when it comes to time. So it'll add up, how long a song will be, or how long, I need to talk for before I can go into a song break or anything like that.
Yeah, do you use that?
I've only actually used AI once, and it was for a podcast, and I wanted to tidy up some background noise because it was filmed in a pub or a bar, and there was just a lot of people talking in the background. So I ran it through, I think it
was Adobe Podcast.
Adobe
I'd say.
Podcast.
Adobe Podcast, which is a great tool.
Our favesies. It's so good. It helps you out in a bad situation.
Yeah, so that's the only time I've ever used AI, and I'm not sure if I will.
Yeah.
How do you see why?
Policies on campus. We've got policies on campus as well, which kind of tie into it, where it's the Students' Union here said that they're not going to use AI-generated art for any of their posters, and they don't accept it. We're not allowed to use AI to correct I'm not allowed to use it for my students for feedback, and same, the students are not really supposed to use it either. So I think there's a kind of a people know about that. We will use it for transcription, for cleaning up very messed up audio, and for reformatting articles that we get in that aren't readable for air. But apart from that, and we're like, not really yet. No, and definitely not cloning our voices.
No.
Because it's a scary idea to have a voice that would be cloned.
I think it's
so.
Scary.
I do, because
they could, I suppose, blackmail you. Like, you don't know what they could get it to say, especially if it's not something you consented to.
Yeah, but see, I'm like, there's, phone scams are getting more and more elaborate, and there's been a lot of hacks in Ireland recently where a lot of our personal data, like HSE had a hack, the health service. So there's a lot of people's personal information out there. So combine that with somebody's voice. It's incredibly dangerous as a tool that could be really used to, kind of take advantage of people. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. When I'm really tired in the morning, I would love AI to read the news headlines for me when I'm sleepy. But apart from that.
Oh gosh. Okay, stay with us. Flirt FM. Does it have anything to do with flirt or not at all?
It was just one of the names that we picked. So back in 1995, we wanted to be called Vox, like the Latin for voice. And they're like, no, there's a magazine called Vox. So the then station manager said, what about flirt? And they're like, okay, cool. And our partner in Limerick, our other sister radio station is called Wired. So obviously very 1990s, Wired and flirt. But we have decided that it means fully licensed independent radio transmission, or for lots of information, read the flipping manual. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, well, that's not
background
the idea that you have when you read first Flost FM. But
Mhm.
thank you very much. Stay with us. We have Victor that came back with us, but we have someone in the studio here.
Yes.
So if you can stay with, you still have some time to stay with us. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so-
Great. So we'll finish together the live because I think we don't have any other people after Victor, and we have someone in the studio. Welcome, Sarah. Who is with us?
So we have to switch in French.
Allez, on change en français. So Flirt FM, if you want to go on redtech.pro to have the translation, the live translation, you will be able to understand the French language.
Et avec nous aujourd'hui, c'est un animateur radio de Nostalgie, mais aussi une voix off et un créatif. C'est Frédéric Maltès. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Donc voix off,
Enchanté.
créatif. Oulala. L'IA.
Ah, l'IA, c'est mon quotidien. En tant que voix off.
Alors, racontez-nous.
On a pas mal de collègues, évidemment, qui se sont déjà retrouvés avec leur voix volée, évidemment, ça arrive. Donc, il y a déjà eu des plaintes par rapport aux voix. Moi, évidemment, quand je reçois une commande d'une voix off de l'étranger, on se pose toujours la question où elle va aller, ma voix. Est-ce que réellement, c'est une voix qui est faite pour un documentaire ou une voix interne pour une entreprise, ou bien est-ce qu'ils sont en train de faire du clonage? En radio, on peut avoir des cas de scarping, je crois que c'est comme ça que ça s'appelle, du vol de voix, étant donné que ça évolue aussi, qu'avant, il fallait vraiment que la voix soit a cappella pour pouvoir la récupérer. Maintenant, ça
on
évolue
l'isole.
tellement, on peut l'isoler sans problème. Et voilà, il faut que la voix devienne une vraie valeur biométrique pour qu'on puisse un peu mieux être protégé.
C'est la question. Est-ce que c'est possible? Je sais que l'association Les Voix en France travaille beaucoup là-dessus avec Patrick Cuban, qui est aussi en charge de l'association européenne qui défend les voix. C'est pas comme l'empreinte digitale.
Non.
Malheureusement, c'est-à-dire qu'il suffit qu'on la change un tout petit peu et d'un seul coup, c'est plus exactement la même. Et comment est-ce qu'on peut se repérer, sachant que les IA, on le voit, elles viennent nous piller tous nos contenus, elles viennent écouter les radios, elles viennent écouter les podcasts et elles viennent tout transcrire, tout capter, tout reprendre, et c'est déjà, entre guillemets, un peu trop tard. Donc, qu'est-ce qui va arriver à faire en sorte qu'on puisse faire la différence? L'humain? Le fait qu'on se décide de dire non, comme ils font en Irlande, en disant on n'utilise l'IA que pour vraiment des choses très simples et le reste on interdit. Est-ce que c'est l'interdiction?
On ne peut pas tout interdire, mais en tout cas, ça doit être réglementé, ça doit devenir un outil. On ne peut pas dire que, même dans le domaine de la voix off ou de la musique, on utilise l'IA, tout le monde utilise l'IA. Quand on fait de la musique, dans le mastering maintenant, par exemple, il y a de l'IA qui est utilisée pour aller un peu plus vite pour certaines choses, mais l'oreille, le créatif est toujours présent. Donc c'est là où il faut arriver à garder les choses, c'est d'avoir la touche émotionnelle, la touche humaine dans ce qu'on fait, dans le côté créatif.
Ouais.
Donc c'est là où ça devient un outil. Maintenant, pour en revenir à la biométrie, c'est très compliqué en effet. Si on dépitch une voix, si on la ralentit, on l'accélère, on change la note, entre guillemets, ça devient compliqué. Il faudrait inventer des outils IA qui serviraient à pouvoir identifier une copie, un clone. IA.
Ça a été essayé par les grandes boîtes, par Google, ces outils qui reconnaissent ce qui est généré par l'IA ou pas, c'est un échec flagrant. Donc, je vais simplement couper le micro de Flirt FM qui est allé sur le site de RedTech. Donc, alors aujourd'hui, c'est quoi votre métier ici au sein de NGroup?
J'anime le 13-16 sur Nostalgie tous les jours. En national, donc, puisqu'on est de toute façon d'office en national ici. Et le dimanche soir, une émission spéciale Love. C'est Nostalgie Love, c'est que des chansons d'amour. On touche l'amour au sens large, la famille, les amis, l'amour.
Avec des interventions, des gens qui interviennent? Non,
pas du tout.
Pas du tout, c'est pas une libre antenne.
La force de Nostalgie, c'est d'être musical avant tout. Ouais. La Belgique est très musicale. Contrairement, on peut remarquer, en France, ils aiment bien les émissions où on parle un peu plus. En Belgique, je pense qu'il y a vraiment un attrait pour la musique et... se laisser porter.
Ouais, et vous, il n'y a pas une envie justement de partir sur cette partie échange avec le public? Parce que la radio, c'est quand même assez ingrat. On en parle souvent de cette... on sait que les gens nous écoutent, on ne sait pas qui nous écoute, et c'est vrai que de pouvoir leur parler, c'est toujours assez sympa, surtout dans la partie love.
Ici, j'ai la chance aussi de gérer les artistes belges en grande partie, donc je fais des interviews, des séquences belges. Sur Nostalgie, ça s'appelle Made in Belgium, c'est tous les jours une séquence à 13h30. Et sur Nostalgie Plus, la petite sœur de Nostalgie, une autre séquence qui s'appelle En avant la Belgique, toujours pour mettre les artistes belges, les chanteurs belges et les groupes belges en avant. Là, je fais des interviews beaucoup. Et donc, ça permet d'avoir, un échange, une prise de parole différente, une interaction, et c'est très chouette.
Mais moi, je fais partie de ces personnes qui pensent que le courrier de l'amour... Non, mais c'est vrai,
Mais
parce
j'aimerais
que
bien.
plus jeune, j'adorais dans les magazines ces lettres qui arrivent, alors on raconte son histoire, on cherche une solution.
Mais ouais.
Je continue, moi, si je tombe là-dessus dans un magazine ou à la radio, eh bien moi, je vais lire et je vais écouter. Et ça ne me concerne pas forcément, mais je suis cette personne curieuse qui veut savoir ce qui se passe chez les autres. Et en radio, quand c'est l'amour ou la famille et qu'on n'est pas forcément dans le dramatique ou dans le voyeurisme, c'est un plus parce qu'on vient nourrir quelque chose de l'intime. En même temps, avec la musique, on respecte les codes, on est là, on représente aussi ce qu'on a envie de raconter avec la musique. Mais je trouve qu'on apporte ce petit plus, quoi. On rentre dans la vie des gens et on le fait avec leur accord. Pour moi, c'est peut-être un truc qu'il faudrait qu'on creuse quand même.
Ou même avoir un spécialiste, quelqu'un qui vient et qui répond aux
Eh
questions.
Alors ça, c'est souvent l'idéal,
Ouais.
c'est d'être appuyé par quelqu'un qui a un peu
C'est ça.
d'expertise et qui fait ça. Mais c'est vrai que, comme on le disait, Sarah, quand on déjeunait avant, en fait, il faut s'amuser à la radio. Et c'est vrai, quand on est avec des gens et qu'on a cette interaction, ce direct, cette magie du direct,
Ça fait la différence.
C'est plaisant.
On cherche aujourd'hui tous dans les médias à faire la différence. Et parfois, la différence, elle se trouve chez ceux qui nous écoutent, qui nous lisent, finalement, ceux à qui on parle.
Au-delà du clonage de voix, est-ce que l'IA, c'est quand même quelque chose qui est un outil que vous utilisez tous les jours ?
Je pense que pour des animateurs radio, des journalistes, ça peut être un outil supplémentaire en cas d'urgence, par exemple, une interview à réaliser en vitesse et on n'a pas eu le temps, ou on apprend 3 minutes avant qu'il nous faut des questions, ça peut être utile. Pour vérifier si ce qu'on a écrit est censé ou si c'est pas mal tourné. Je veux dire, parfois on peut avoir utilisé le mauvais mot avec la mauvaise personne. Ça peut être dangereux dans les médias et donc ça permet de vérifier ce genre de choses, par exemple. Oui.
Ouais, c'est clair que quand on commence à mettre un peu le nez dans l'IA et qu'on l'intègre dans son organisation quotidienne, on peut comprendre qu'on peut être augmenté par ses doigts, mais qu'il y a ces enjeux d'éthique. Et c'est tout l'enjeu de la Journée mondiale de la radio. Les 13 idées que vous retrouvez sur le site dans les 6 langues vous donnent plein d'idées aussi pour vos auditeurs, plein d'idées
génial.
pour vos équipes. N'hésitez pas à aller les regarder, les lire. On a concocté ça avec l'équipe de RedTech pour l'UNESCO. On a tout créé de A à Z parce qu'on fait aussi attention à cette éthique et on sait à quel point c'est important de ne pas faire n'importe quoi et surtout de questionner. Mais d'en parler et de l'embrasser quoi qu'il arrive, parce que si on ne l'embrasse pas, si on ne l'utilise pas, eh bien on peut difficilement en parler. Et si on n'a pas cette curiosité, c'est compliqué quand même de pouvoir dire qu'on est contre.
Et de pouvoir en parler à nos enfants correctement pour le futur.
Et nos enfants, et on sait qu'ils l'utilisent fortement. Merci beaucoup. On a Victor qui est avec nous. Je ne sais pas s'il peut se connecter et connecter sa caméra, si jamais il veut intervenir. Victor, est-ce que vous êtes avec nous? Est-ce que vous nous entendez? Est-ce que vous pouvez connecter votre micro? Ou sinon, on va repartir et terminer ce live avec Flirt FM. Si Victor, on va laisser Victor connecter sa caméra, on verra. So we're just heading back to Flirt FM. Did you manage to understand what we said in French? Hold on, I have to put your microphone back.
Oh,
I didn't hear you.
Sure.
You managed?
I did. Now, my interns, we couldn't get the translation to work because the page kept scrolling up. So they do not speak French. I do. Je parle un petit peu de français. So I understood a little. Yeah.
You understood a little. Okay, we were with a voiceover, which has some issue, of course, with cloning voices, and that's something that is really important. Are you still? You said just earlier that AI. You were really watching out with AI. That you were forbidding sometimes to use AI for the students you were working with. Isn't it also important to embrace technology so you know exactly what it does and the danger of it? Is forbidding an answer is like, education and all that. I like to say to my kids, I have 3 kids, I never forbid them to do things, but I just explain to them that and make them understand by using or by doing or by. Isn't it also something that is important to use those tools and to see how far you can go with them?
I suppose when I'm teaching, I will always give examples of how I think you can and how AI is useful, but also its limitations. So I have I'm teaching journalism students audio, and I have just generated scripts and just pointed out that some of the people that they've suggested that you get for interviews, they're actually not the people, that they've never existed or they're not in the job anymore. So the stuff might not be factual. So I'll say, like, listen, if you don't want a blank page, you can start off with it, but you have to check everything as you go along because it's given us a lot of wrong information. I find the stuff that I would definitely advocate would be for time saving, which would be things that instead of like writing your essays, I'd say, like, listen, save your time when it comes to formatting documents that you would have to type through every single line. And use it to save time for cleaning up stuff which is really beyond repair. So I'd be like, yes, absolutely. But even when I was doing communication design last year, I would have said, okay, give me a couple of prompts and we'll come up with some pictures. And it did. I said, like, somebody said an adorable puppy. And then the next thing they said was put the puppy in a cage. And I was like, of course, allowed to say that. And then the cage was cutting off and going through the middle of the dog's face. And I went, okay, we've generated this. Kind of looks like a dog in a cage, but you can see what it's done to the dog's face. Imagine that's your essay. You have to check back what you do. So we do always cover this, and we're not stupid. We know that people are using AI for lots of different things, but it's still, it's important to have a balance there. But I think what it came down to is what I was saying there was that there was a worry that lecturers might be using AI to correct, and that meant that they're not really looking at their students' results and stuff like that, and they were warned against it, which is perfectly fine. And then also as well, if you were generating AI, like images, let's say, to use in a lecture, that you need to make that clear, and also to make it very, very clear which bits you expect that they might try it out on. But I think it's just for the academic integrity. It's a fine line to balance, and I think they're going to have to watch it year on year, and it's going to be very difficult for academia to actually keep on top of it and keep ahead of it. Things just keep developing, yeah.
Float FM, how many are you doing? A lot of live? Are you always live, or how many DJs do you have, presenters? Can you tell us a little more about your station and how big it is?
I'm looking at the schedule just behind over there. So we're live from Monday to Saturday. We would go 24 hours, 7 days a week. But in Ireland, you need to have a certain amount of current affairs, and we can't do that on a Sunday because it's just not enough people. We have 120 volunteers, 96 shows. And we might have 400 or 500 extra guests coming in a year. And there's 19,000 students on campus, so we cover a lot. So at the moment we have another 5 new shows starting next week. We might have 200 new people starting or volunteering every single year. So there's a lot of training to get through, and it's kind of crazy. In fact, our head of music has just come in the door there because he's hoping that I'm going to print some posters for him to promote some gigs. So the place it's always busy. It's not as busy today as it would be during the rest of the week. So that's why for our charity week and for our World Radio Day stuff, we did a lot of our events earlier on in the week when all of the students were here and they hadn't gone home for the weekend.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a lot of activity, and you're a non-profit, so it means that you have some subsidiaries, some help financially. How does that work?
Absolutely. So we're funded directly by the students. We're not funded by the university.
Oh,
The students all pay a part of the students themselves directly. So that's why we answer to the students, and that's why we have so many students in the station. And equally so during the summer, even if you're not doing an FM radio show, come in, record your demo, record your podcast, come in and do that interview with somebody for your PhD, and use the studio as much as you want, and we just keep it open right the way through the summer. So the students pay a little bit. They might also pay to the sports clubs, societies, I don't know what else they pay for, like the doctor and stuff like that. So we get a little bit of that. So that's why we're directly funded. And it means that we don't have to spend all of our time applying for funding and doing advertising. We do still apply for extra funding as well. But it just means that we can concentrate on just making sure that everything every week keeps going and that people keep getting trained in and keep getting value out of their college radio station.
Okay, are the two ladies still here with us? They still
Nope,
hear us?
they ran away. They ran
away. Okay, you're by yourself. Okay, we're gonna
Mhm.
welcome. If you still have time, you can stay with us till the end. We have 10 minutes left to this live. We have Victor. Normally, that hopefully having his microphone working. Victor, do you hear us?
Yes, I do. How are you, Philip?
Yes, Victor, welcome. So we won't show your camera because you don't have camera, and it's fine for us. Tell us, Victor, who are you and how are you celebrating World Radio Day?
First of all, happy World Radio Day to you and everyone in your station and everyone and the speakers before me. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Victor Juma. I'm a journalist by profession and a founder of Bus Radio Kajiado. At the national level, I also double up as the national country coordinator for Association of Kenya Community Media Operators. Community media operators are around over 60 of them in Kenya that operates at the grassroots level. So at the national level, I coordinate all the 60 plus radio stations when we are advocating for a project, a program, or maybe something, or maybe we're trying to address the issue of AI. Today in Kenya, we celebrated World Radio Day at Fairmont Hotel, that is in Nairobi, the capital city of Kenya. All the stakeholders across radio stations were invited by Media Council of Kenya. So Media Council of Kenya are the accreditors of journalists here. Am I still audible?
Yeah, sure. Go on. It's very interesting. So you're just connecting to us from Kenya. We have people from around the world. And Bus, so your name is Bus Radio, right?
Yes, correct.
So you're working with kids as well, with with youngsters, and you said you had issues with AI. Can you tell us more about it?
Of course, AI is a tool. I know AI is a good tool that can be used to complement some of our projects and programs. But you see, AI can be used as a tool, but not as a voice, because you understand that AI itself, there is a human behind it that created the AI. So AI cannot just prompt itself and start operating in the studio and stuff like that. But
yeah, not yet.
Human, yeah, correct. Philip has to be in that studio. We see Philip every day, giving us topics of the day so that we know that that's Philip on air and not AI. So AI can only complement what we do by helping us in terms of doing research, verification of stories. Maybe there's a story that has been published on social media, and the social media has become like a dustbin of all the stories. So you find everybody just want to throw in everything on the social media, even the bloggers. But you find that once you have a fact-checking desk, AI can be a very great tool to integrate some of the structures and measures that we have in place. For instance, in our newsrooms, you find out that we have editorial policies, internal editorial policies, and with this AI tool, it can help us to simplify this kind of a document, to understand it, and also to help our interns also understand it. It can help them in doing research. It can help them in scripting. Maybe if some of them doesn't understand how to script for a radio, for instance, it helps them to do such kind of things. But you have to prompt it for it to work. So it has to be controlled. But in Kenya, we are still struggling with AI policy. I don't know how about my colleagues from other countries. I would love to learn from them. But you find out that in Kenya, we're still struggling with AI policy because it's still new to us. It's something that we just started using it last year, 2025. But you find that other countries has advanced with AI. So we are still into it. We are 1 foot in, not all feet, but we are just 1 foot in, just to test the waters and see what kind of a tool is it. Is it something that we can use it? We can integrate it with our programs in our news schedules. So today's meeting and today's theme in Kenya was AI and radio, and it was very, very, very important. AI changes the structural shift in information consumption. For instance, AI should be used in fact checking for accurate reporting. Artificial intelligence should complement journalists in making content. You see, because at the end of the day, as a journalist, first of all, you should uphold the professionalism in you as a journalist. So AI should come and complement the professionalism in you, because you say professionalism is the king and content is the queen.
Yeah, that's right. We are going to welcome Thomas Mobin, who is live on his show from India. So we have Kenya, we have India, we have Ireland, we have Belgium. Hello, Thomas.
Hi. It's such a pleasure to be part of this esteemed stalwarts in the radio industry.
We are very happy to have you from India. Tell us about your station and how you celebrate World Radio Day. Victor is still with us, and Flirt FM as well.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so I'm Mobin. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Mobin.
From India, the other part of India, which is called...
All right, we have a loss of connection. Mobin, maybe it's a bad connection. Can you try again?
Am I now? Am I audible right now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay. So I hear from India, the southern part of India, President Radio, part of World Radio Day. I think
maybe it's better to write and then we can read the message.
Yeah, I think, Mobin, we have a very bad connection. If you can just send us the maybe by
written,
text, written, because the connection is really, really bad. We can't hear you. So we can, unfortunately, because we would have loved to have you and talk to you, but we really can't hear you. It looks like it's really weird. Victor is still with us on Flirt FM. We're going to finish the show together. Victor, you were telling us about the danger of AI today. How big is your station? And you have how many presenters do you have, and how is it working with your station?
Thank you so much, Philip. Thank you so much. So Buzz Radio was established in 2017. I graduated from Multimedia University in 2016. So my team and I, came up with an idea of establishing a radio station. Though it took time for us to, ensure that we have the right documents in place. But in 2017, we managed to acquire frequency and license from Communications Authority of Kenya, which is the regulations authority. So Bus Radio was established, and after that, we managed to send the message, because it was a community-led media house where some of us were in the spaces of activism, some of us were in the spaces of youth and governance. So we wanted, a neutral space, a neutral place where we can voice or we can talk about issues that is affecting us in our locality. For instance, the issue of climate change. You find that as we speak today, the people of Kajiado County and the larger part of Kenya, there is issue of drought. If you've been following news in Kenya, or if you can check on the YouTube channels, you'll find out that the issue of drought is really biting. But you find out that politicians are busy talking about 2027 elections, and they're not addressing the issues of that are affecting the local communities. So we thought of, why don't we have a space, or a platform whereby we can address this issue? So that's how Bus Radio was established, and since then we've managed to accommodate around 1,200 interns from different universities in Kenya. That is both local colleges within our localities and national recognized and reputable university. Then from there, we managed to also employ around 20 staff who are part of news reporters, news presenters. Some of them are correspondents. Some of them are doing different stuff, and some of them are also on the IT desk. So that's how we managed to come out as youth, and we said that we are not going to use this tool, the radio, as a tool to maybe divide the community, but we are going to use it to bring and heal the wounds and bring people together. And ensure that we are speaking one language. So we did that. And Philip, I can tell you for free, there were issues of FGM, female genital mutilation, which were denying girls opportunity to go to school. So we said, you know what, guys, let's start tackling issues within our areas of location. I've shared some link on the comment section. Can some of you can click and see our page on Facebook, and also I host a program personally called Jukwaa la Kazi. It's a platform to promote upcoming artists, upcoming youth-led businesses, and innovations, upcoming events that the youth themselves are doing, and that's my how I'm also contributing to the society. So coming to the part of how Bus Radio is shaping lives in Kajiado County, we've realized that the issue of climate change, politicians are just talking about policies, but they're not talking about implementing these policies. For instance, Kenya Climate Change Act of 2025, you'll find out that it was amended, but you see what was amended has not been implemented. So what we are doing, we are engaging with the local community and the Kenya Meteorological Department to enlighten and empower the local community on how we can integrate traditional weather forecasting and scientific weather forecast to see how the community can prepare themselves when it comes to early warnings. And climate change is real and is really affecting us on the ground. So when politicians are not talking about it now, it is our role as a journalist and as a media house now to give the local communities opportunity to speak and air their views, Mr. Philip.
And that's what radio is great about, and very magic and very powerful.
Philip,
and I guess even more beautiful. In Kenya.
Radio is beautiful because it is simple. It is on your phone. You can access it anywhere. If sometimes you're just bored and you don't want anything else, you just put on music on radio.
True. But you have to note something. You have to note something that you say you have it on your phone. This is something linked to Africa, because in Europe, we do not have FM on our phones. It's forbidden. They don't do the phones with FM. So I know that in Africa, I've traveled there a lot to meet radio stations. You have those phones with FM inside of the phones, which is great way of listening to radio and not using a lot of battery. Thank you very much. We have a message to finish from our friend Mobin from India. He says, I'm Mobin, a radio presenter from Radio Mango. It's a radio station from the southern part of India, Kerala. What better way to celebrate Radio Day than doing the live show? So I'm currently going live and have been receiving calls from the various sections of the society. It feels rewarding to get message and calls from all age groups. And to celebrate, we are doing specific segments, reimagining radio with the presence of the AI to understand how radio occupied that space earlier. This has helped us to gain insight into how the audience feel about the importance of radio. Thank you very much, Mobin, for your testimony. We're going back to Ireland to finish this show. Fun to see all those people from around the world celebrating at the same time our passion, which is audio and radio. I'm sorry, I didn't do a good job as presenter. I didn't ask you exactly what was your name.
Oh, je m'appelle, my name is Paula, and I am station manager. Yeah, so I've been here for
I wanted to call
years.
you, and I didn't have your name. So Paula, so incredible to see all those testimonies and see also the two young people you had with you earlier, and all the actors that are working with you and broadcasting the same passion about radio. It's really a pleasure to have you, and to finish finish this World Radio Day, this 3 hours of live, 2 hours and 56 minutes live, and we didn't have even 1 minute to drink a glass of water
or coffee. But it's I'm amazed by the powerful bound between people passionate by the same thing, radio, actually. So it's just really nice to listen to everyone.
Yeah, it's really lovely. Thank you very much for being with us till the end of this show. We will just finish this live with a short video about ethics of AI and the challenges that we have regarding this ethics problem. I really invite all of you that are watching, and you are a lot to watch today, this live, to go on the UNESCO website, the World Radio Day website, because you can go on celebrating Radio Day using the 13 IDs. You have IDs for your stations, you have IDs for your listeners, and you have a lot of we really try to make something as useful as possible for you. And if you register in your email, you will get a link with the technological offers and also with some roadmap for AI that you can use inside of your studio and for your coming days in the future in that radio industry. Last word, maybe from Ireland and from Kenya. What can we say? What can we wish you?
Just want to wish everybody a happy World Radio Day, and I want to say thank you to all of my volunteers. 36 of them were on for our 24-hour broadcast. We made nearly €1,000 for charity, so thank you everybody. And I suppose I have to say slán go fóill, which is how to say goodbye in Irish, and a bientôt.
Slán go fóill. Okay.
Nice. We learned something. Thank you, Paula.
Victor, last word. What can we wish you?
Thank you so much. I'm really, really humbled to join brilliant minds across the world. People are using radio to transform lives, change minds, and try to, change the perception of people and at least bring them up to speed with what is happening within their localities. And I still believe that radio is here to stay. And 80% of people who are trying to access information here in Kenya normally access it via radio. So you still see radio is a giant. It's still a king, in across the world. So we need to embrace it. Maybe see how we can still empower the community about how powerful radio is. So thank you so much. In Kenya, we say asante sana. That means thank you so much.
That's going to be hard for me to remember also. Okay.
Asante sana.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes, asante sana.
That's all. Thank you very much. Goodbye to all of you. Thank you for this moment together, these 3 hours together where we had some nice time, Sarah. And are we switching to French? I don't know. No, let's go on to in English.
Well, actually, it was fantastic because it's really interesting to see that the radio community is still very strong and wants to still do it. So let's do it.
Let's do it. I would like to thank Mirta Lorenzo from UNESCO for giving us with RedTech the opportunity to organize this World Radio Day, coordinate the World Radio Day for UNESCO. We hope that all the tools and media kit that we prepared for you has been useful, that you're going to use it in the future for listeners and for your teams inside of your radio station. Of course, I'd like to invite you to go and check on our magazines at redtech.pro. You have free magazines every 2 months that give you a lot of visions around the world on the 5 continents about radio and people that are working in radio. It's in English and it's totally free to go to those magazines. You go in on the redtech.pro, you go to publications, and you will see a lot of magazines that you can read please feel free to go and to talk about RedTech around you. We also organize a RedTech Summit for CEOs. If you're a CEO in a radio station in the world, contact us and you could be invited to that exclusive event. Thank you, Sarah, and thank you, NGroup and NStories. Good luck.
Thank you
for this new adventure, which is telling stories. It's not that hard.
Yes, but we have to be creative. So let's do it once again.
It's a great challenge. Thank you very much for welcoming us in those really beautiful studios of NGroup in Brussels. I will go back to my little Corrèze in France.
You will be like the other people today, somewhere listening, creating, doing radio, and also enhancing the idea of radio with AI also sometimes, or not.
Or not. It's up to you. But what is sure is that you will not, we will not replace human at all. And radio has an incredible game to play in that, as Victor said, in that fuzzy world with disinformation and AI craziness. Thank you very much, everyone. Please listen to that little video about ethics of AI made by UNESCO. We welcome you to celebrate next year, the 13th of February, the World Radio Day, with another topic that UNESCO will certainly select carefully. And we tell you happy radio to all of you. Thank you very much. Take care.
Do you use any navigation application to go through traffic jams? What happens when you scroll down through your social media feed? Do you follow any recommendation that any streaming service might give you? So by the end of the day, we know that AI is there, but do we actually understand what is going on? And can we trust the output of those applications?
To date, the approach that we've taken to these kinds of technologies is to say, well, consumers can figure this out on their own. They can read the terms and conditions on websites. They can choose not to participate in certain digital environments. But increasingly, these products and platforms are part of our lives. They are part of the way that we provide education. They are part of the way that we look for jobs. And that power imbalance cannot be addressed by simply giving consumers more information or giving them individual rights of complaint. What we're ultimately going to have to do, if we're going to change the kind of structural ways in which these technologies are designed, is to push the responsibilities back on our designers, back on the organizations who are relying on technologies to change their practices.
Technologies like artificial intelligence have the potential to empower people and to broaden their perspectives. Or they can widen inequalities and really don't contribute to address our societal challenges. But we cannot blame the technologies. It's not about the technologies. It's about us developing the framework, shaping the rules that will allow these technologies to deliver to what we want them to achieve. And we need to make sure that we embed those very important ethical principles, the protection and promotion of human rights and human dignity, that would at the end determine the outcomes.
Responsible governance of AI technologies without the buy-in of big tech and other companies is impossible. It is necessary for us to find ways in which to explain to them that ethics is not about abstract principles. Ethics should be bottom-up. It is a dynamic system. It should enable innovation and in the end lead to trust in products of these companies, which would lead to success in terms of whatever their business aims are.
We see how ethical debates end up playing an important role in shaping the conversation of AI regulation. Over the last 5 years, we saw a plethora of charters, declaration of AI ethical principles. We are seeing right now that those principles are being applied on a very practical basis. A lot of countries in Latin America have already come up with their national strategies on artificial intelligence, but some countries in the region are going a step further. They are actually regulating through hard law some of the principles of artificial intelligence.
In the European Union, we're looking at draft AI acts. In the US, Congress is starting to talk in great detail about monopoly power of technology companies. And you can see the wheels turning across the world as countries move from awareness raising to strategy to attempts at implementation, attempts at regulation.
Lack of accessibility to these technologies, by definition, would exclude one from the debate on responsible governance, because in effect, the decisions that are generated in such a process would just not apply to a person who was not part of the data set. So in fact, you are deleted. You don't exist. What is linked to this as well is the issue that previously colonized countries are excluded from conversations around what responsible governance would be, and this just exacerbates the problem.
So there is a first step that needs to be taken, which is to understand which groups are excluded from this conversation, because when we talk about regulation of AI, we're talking about privacy, we're talking about data protection, we're talking about freedom of expression, we're talking about very basic human rights.
What makes the difference is to have sound regulatory frameworks that will protect privacy, that will enhance transparency, that will really deliver on accountability. But this is something we need to shape. It needs to be through a process where we listen to everybody. And I feel that this is the only way we can deliver strong bases for the technologies to deliver to our human goals.
The great risk at this point in time is that artificial intelligence becomes an arms race in which each country only focuses on its own context and see the other countries as competitors. AI might build bridges and connect people and countries, but at the same time could be the other way around. This is the debate that you should care about, because that's the debate that is shaping up our future with technology.
RedTech.pro presents
World Radio Day. UNESCO's World Radio Day 2026. Radio and artificial intelligence.